Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? It's Silver Ranger. How's it going, guys? I'm just setting up the stream. Sorry if I was a little quiet there. I was trying to think of a nice title. It's 2:24 a.m. We're here almost on time. It was pretty close. We're going live for Friday night. All right, can't miss Friday night. That's the best night of the week. You should have seen the daytime stream. My gosh, man, Pacalo Matt was hammering us with orders. That guy was doing some legendary pack opening. So we had a busy daytime stream. All right. So how did that go, actually? I want to see my PayPal account. I was coughing a little earlier, so I'm clearing my throat here. I do not want to make a passkey. I do not want to make a passkey. He's back. Hey, what's up, AOG? Yes. So according to this, sales are looking good. They're looking good for the month of June. Wow. I got some Uber Eats tonight. I had KFC. I had KFC delivered to me from 35 minutes away. Showed up cold and wet because all the steam rose out of it and then settled back down into it. It was pretty gross. And and then on top of that, uh, um, it is KFC. Sounds gross. Oh, it was gross, and I ate my serving of it. Actually, I barely ate any of it. You know why? I can't eat. I can't eat food anymore. This Wegovy's powerful, man. It is so strong. Like, I think I ate maybe 1/10 the amount I normally would. Nah, that's an exaggeration. I ate about 1/3 the amount I normally would. KFC in 2026 is a no-no. Can you air fry it back to edible? Probably not. It used to be good in the early 2000s. Yeah, perhaps you're right. Let me have a cough here. So I got a cough drop. Hopefully that helps. All right. So today we did a restock on Crown Zenith and Paldean Fates. They were both much more expensive today than they were when we bought them before. But they are one of the only things that are selling through quickly. People are, it's like plugging holes in a ship, noticing that people have found something that is like underpriced or undervalued. You guys find it pretty fast. Let's see. How about this tag grading? How's this tag grading go? Are they done with this yet? Nope, still on image processing. My God, they're taking a long time. Do I have to like log out and log back in maybe? Here, let me go to this. And let me go to this. Nope. They just don't make any progress on my tag grading ever. God, dude, I wish they would. All right. Well, let's go ahead and plug in the shop. Welcome, guys, to the Friday nighttime stream. How are you? Today, the daytime stream was a big success. I could have just skipped going live tonight. It was so busy. But I can't do that. We are. I like what we do too much here. Okay, we're going to pin that. KFC is good, but Church's is the best. There was this Church's chicken next to the university I went to, and my then girlfriend and I started going there just for like lunch or something. Let me turn this down. I bet it messes up the microphone, the whole like music canceling. So, anyways, Karis and I were going there for some fried chicken, and they never had any customers, and so we go there, and there was no wait time, and they would just give us free chicken. They'd, like we'd order one thing, and they'd be like, "Here, have a bunch of drumsticks." And eventually they went out of business while we were still in school. So, yeah, they weren't getting any business. They were just giving their chicken away. They're like, yeah, you can just have it. It's going to go bad. So that was pretty interesting. Church's chicken. You can't skip Friday night. I don't like skipping any night. Last week, though, we did skip Friday night. Remember that? That was when we ran off all the way off to Nashville. So this time, last week, we were just at about 2:30 a.m. We were just logging or not logging, checking in to our Airbnb. What a night it was. A long 7-hour drive, man. And we were going fast, man. I was going like 90 miles an hour most of the time. All right, put this up here. We were going fast. I got family in town from Nashville. Skipped Friday and Saturday. I was sad. Yeah, I couldn't really talk about why we were out for security reasons, but We were doing two things. We were having a little mini vacation, and we were investigating Nashville for how good of a place it is to live. And it was like exactly what I thought it was. It's like a miniature St. Louis. It's a little bit like a Kansas City almost. Very, very, very similar to Missouri. Everything's very similar. The feel, the people, it hardly changes. The trees are the same, the roads are the same. But they had that cool downtown Broadway. That was cool, man. We don't have that in St. Louis. Kansas City has a nice downtown as well, but it's just not exactly the same. No, Kansas City is pretty neat. I don't know if you guys knew that, but Kansas City is kind of a place that's building a lot. They're building a lot out there. When Karis and I went to Kansas City last time, they just had like this great urban like I want to say like bar and club scene. A lot of people on rooftops drinking, eating. There's some fancy restaurant, people walking around in suits, but so many young people. And St. Louis, they've got the Del Mar Loop. That's a nice place. They got the they got the Del Mar Loop. What's the other place they have? It's called something Gardens, isn't it? No, 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 no. Forest Park. They have Forest Park. So Forest Park and Del Mar Loop. That's what St. Louis has, and that's kind of nice too. But St. Louis is sort of its reputation is marred by its violent history, and so people just kind of get out of there, in my opinion. All right, we're talking, we're talking, we're talking. Why don't we get started on taking a look at what's going on? Miss Alexis got the shipping done today. Oh, you know what? I didn't see the boxes. I wonder where she put them. I wonder where she put them. I wonder if she left out the basement. Hmm. So let me take a look. Let's see if anyone's placed an order real quick. Not yet. Let me check over here. Let me check over here. Let me check the website. I've never had Korean fried chicken. Have I had Korean fried chicken? All right, let's go ahead and grab some fresh cards. My power went out. My power went out. My power just went out. All my lights, everything. So I can see the Wi trying to come back on. We're on our personal hotspot right now, so we're running off of the the cell phone service, which is not very high quality. It's just sort of minimum, requirements. But yeah, so I'm still here. We are absolutely still going to run the event, the live stream. Might ooh, might be some bad weather running somewhere in Missouri. I don't know. I think we're supposed to get extreme weather, aren't we? Let me look at the weather. Oh, I can't because the internet's out. I can't look. So we're still here. Have no fear. We're not going anywhere. Stick around. We're probably gonna have to swap over to the other Wi-Fi once it's back up. Okay, we're gonna have to swap back over to it. So for a minute we'll be down again, but we're not going anywhere. This is the Friday night stream. I don't anticipate going anywhere. Okay, let's get some of these open while we're waiting. Yes, the whole power went out. The all the lights and everything. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the internet's back up the laptop now. We might give it one more minute, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the YouTube app. Yeah, the whole power went out. I wonder why. Okay. Then Mr. ate rat steak. Rat steak is stringy. Now, you don't want rat steak. It's all about rat burgers. Mm-mm. The tail adds a crunch. Hey, what's up, Mr. CSman? All right, it looks like the iPad is running again, so that's good. So I think the internet is back on, everybody. What we need to do now is we're going to have to put this phone back on the main internet, okay? So I'm going to be gone for a second. The screen might go black, but it's just me swapping over the internet. Okay, that's what we want. All right, and we're back. So there we go. We've swapped over. Very, very good. I'm going to close this. Does Golden Corral sell rat? Golden Corral has the finest grilled rat sausage. Here's the Rockets Pokeball. Look at that card. All right, so the internet went down for a second. It's back up. That was scary, huh? Boy, it all went pitch black in here for a second. I was like, ah! Is this working? Good. Just wanted to see this highlighted on my screen. All right. So I'm gonna look up PSA 10 And it's going to be Black Deck Pokeball. All right, you ready for this? So first of all, if you look this up, the first thing you'll notice is there's none for sale. Then if you go over to sold, which I'm trying to do, here it is. If you go over to sold, one sold on March 26th for $700. Wow. Check that out, everybody. Very cool. Actually, someone pointed out they recognized it was Hobo Cage Fighter. So what's really interesting about this particular card, he might have got this from me. Hobo Cage Fighter might have actually got this card from me, and then he was able to resell it for just a ton of money on eBay. Fantastic hold. We are. So that did well for him. Now, the internet doesn't have any more of these for sale, but I'm going to have one for sale. Maybe I should list one on eBay. What do you guys think? Should it be listed on eBay? We had an item just sell on eBay that I need to get out. Here it is. Here's the other one. So I've listed this one for $850, but maybe we should list another one on eBay real fast. What do you think? This one? Because I don't know if we're going to host like a break on this. I don't think we're going to host like a break on this. You guys won't watch me list a card? Let's get a card listed. Oops. All right, let's get a card listed, guys. So we've done this before. I've thought about listing one item per stream. Do you guys like that idea? We're going to say PSA 10, Pokemon, Pokemon, Rockets. You know, I'm going to get rid of that Pokemon. We'll put that at the end. PSA 10, Rockets, Pokeball first. Black Deck, Rocket Returns, Pokemon. All right. 017. You got to add all the keywords you can think of. Is the card graded? Yes. Who graded it? It was PSA. Grade is 10. Okay, we're gonna hit continue on that. I don't know what this music is. This is some crazy ass music. Let me change the music. All right. We're gonna take some photos. Let's see. Ooh, my camera's all stinky. This camera's never any good. This phone is like a million years old, and I think it's time for me to upgrade my personal phone finally. I use the heck out of this phone. Okay, let's get in there. All right. Boom. And now let's go ahead and get a picture of me holding it. I'll do that for fun. All right, there goes. We took a bunch of pictures like a diva. Okay. Good, 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 good. Now we're going to set the item specifics. I think those are probably all right. We're going to let AI do the description. Okay. And we're going to set the price now. So we will set the price to $850. All right. Hey, what's up, Cody Hodges? If you draw Rat Jesus, you better not trace 6. No tracing 6. This is frowned upon in the drawing community. We'll set the shipping to free. Okay, we're going to set it to offer free shipping. Okay, no shipping fees. And now let's try hitting the list button. List your item. Good. Okay, that's listed. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it sells. We did just have an eBay item sell that I listed live. It was Rocky Returns Pupitar. Can we request you to flip your camera when you open our packs? What, to like show my face? I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm into all that. This. So this will say Pop 23, and there'll be an E right here. All right. E for eBay. That's what that stands for, to let me know it's up on eBay at the same time. Now, the other thing I better do is grab this poopy tar. I think you'd be over here. Hey, Barrows, it's me, Cardconomist. Let me open your packs for you. I don't know, bro. Actually, it would be Dark Pupitar, would it not? It would be Dark Pupitar. So he should be in the D box. So let's put this back. He licks his lips when he opens them. That's why. Yeah, I don't want anyone to discover the faces I make when you pull a really good card. I go, ah! My eyes roll back. It is Dark Pupitar. All right, very good. Is this the exact one? So this card just finished selling. Dang, lost my Pokeball. You lost your Pokeball. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. This must be a really old listing, man. I'm going to go ahead and print the label out for it. Let me go back here. And we're going to hit get shipping printer. Okay. And buy shipping label. And print label. All right. It was at a pretty good price on eBay this whole time. I'm surprised it didn't sell sooner. But I think this was a really old listing from back when I used to hire somebody to list items on eBay for me. And I think I just left this listing up like forever. There we go. Let's get a fresh sleeve. Oops. Good. Now I'll set that right there because I probably need to get that one shipped myself. Well, no, Miss Alexis does come in on Monday. No, she can do this one. She can do this one. All right. So if she's here on Monday, it goes out on Tuesday. He ordered it Friday night. I don't know. I should probably just ship it. I don't know. I don't want somebody on eBay to wait too long because they don't understand our shipping cycle. And eBay's not the same as what we do over here. Ooh, Vincent. Wow, that's a cool one, man. You guys recognize this? This is a nice card from Final Fantasy. We're just pricing up some cards. What are you guys doing on this fine Friday night? I know something we got to do. I know something we got to do. We got to make a new jumbo pack break. All right, this guy's in $10. This guy's in $14. This guy's in, I don't know, $5. What's this? This guy's in, I think that's $5. We got to have one of these. It's required because we have too much of it. And what else? What else? What else? Something cool. How about the boys? The boys is still relevant, isn't it? Here's another Animal Crossing pack. There's the Animal Crossing. Where'd the boys go? I don't even remember where we're keeping it. Is it over here? Oh, maybe we need a fresh box of it. Let me get a fresh box of the boys open, which I happen to have right here. Would you be able to do 100 ZELLE for the PSN 9 Luffy slab? He just arrived back from PSA. What was my price on it? There we go. 110. So what's 3% of 110? I'd do $107. You're already saving money because if my price is based off of eBay, which it probably is, if you go to eBay, you'll pay like an 8% tax most likely. So you're avoiding the tax. That's nice, isn't it? These are the arguments I'm supposed to make as a trained salesman, by the way. Okay, we got the boys. Cool. What else we got? Oh, we got to get brown dust in here. Brown booty butt dust. Of course, brown dust. Brown dust is in. How about a pack of Minecraft? Okay, packet of Minecraft. What else do we need in here? We need some stuff. We gotta have at least one pack of Final Fantasy. So here's Journey of Discovery. Okay. It's not as easy these days because the price of the Korean packs and the price of the Chinese packs just went up. So I can't just go to those to get you guys nice cheap packs anymore. We got to have at least one Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, look at this. Isn't this cool? I feel like those Brontos packs smell like tuna farts. Hey. What's in this bag over here? Ooh, these are those cool. Oh, okay. Vivid Voltage. That's neat. See, I don't have like a whole box of Vivid Voltage. So that's like an item that's not on the menu. Steam Siege. We got to have Vivid Voltage in here because it's not a standard menu item. So I think that makes it kind of cool. Here's Chilling Rain. Astral Radiance. That's cool. Astral is a good set. I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's a good set. There are some cool sets out there, guys. What else? Got some more stuff in here. Maybe we'll go fishing for a magic carp and for a pack of Attack on Titan and one of these. Okay. Let's start adding it up. Let's see how far we've gotten. Okay. Let's see how far we've gotten. Let's see what we're allowed to add. There's such a nice hollow Snorlax from Vivid Voltage. Yeah, it's cool, man. People will take a set and they'll underestimate how good it is because there'll be like some cards they didn't consider. All right. We'll say 3 for Attack on Titan. How much is this? Is this like 7? Japanese. Triplet beat is 8. Wow. It's because, the Magic Card's pretty easy to pull out of there. Now, Astral Radiance, I don't know what to charge for Astral. All right, ready? Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance is actually pretty affordable. I'm tempted to add it back into the menu. Oh, yeah. Astral Radiance is $15.50. I'm gonna put it in there for 15. There's gonna be 7. There's gonna be 17. This is gonna be like what, 8 or something, right? All right. Now Jujutsu Kaisen 5, I think. This can be 4. This is supposed to be 6. Let's do 5. This is 2.5. The boys. How much are the boys? I don't remember how much the boys are for. They're new, so I don't remember. So the boys, $11. All right. Animal Crossing is 10. Kind of pricey as well. This is like 6. This can be 5. This can be 5. This is pricey. This is 14. And this is 10. That comes out to $134. So we got 134, huh? $134. Well, let's add one of these. Okay. So that'll bring it up to plus 6.5, right? 141. Let's get a gem 2 in there. That's 150. And let's put, I'm going to put a dragon in there. So here's Pokemon Dragon Discovery. And as a bonus, we're going to get one more pack, an item I don't really sell anymore. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, ooh, cramping my ribs. What the hell? All right, there we go. So there we have it. This is the Jumbo Pack Break. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to allow you guys to jump into this. If no one jumps into this, I'm going to add it to the live customs. So you have to decide if you want to jump into it. Heck, I could build 2 of these, and one can just exclusively be for the live customs. And then we could just always have 2 running, one for the live customs, one that can be entered instantly. And what could happen is if one or the other goes off, that's what gets replenished. Okay, plenty of Pokemon cards in this round. if you just line them up properly. All right, there we go. So here are the Pokemon packs in this round. We got Vivid, Chilling, and Astral, and I add those two are a little bit older. Okay. And then we got some weird stuff too, right? Like Attack on Titan, Goosebumps, Chainsaw Man, Yu-Gi-Oh, Animal Crossing, The Boys, Brown Booty Dust. Okay. Why not one pack of everything you have in the store besides the very expensive packs? Well, if we truly did that, that would be pretty unusually expensive. Be a lot more than you think it is. So there we have it. That's a brand new jumbo pack. Like, I wonder if I could put that back together really fast. Well, no, I couldn't because I don't know if I have any more of the Astral Radiance laying around. Oh, okay. So as you recall, the jumbo pack break was always 41 and 4. You guys are welcome to join this. Okay. That's called a jumbo pack break, 41 and 4. Somebody pulled out of the live customs. I think what I'll do, I'm just going to go ahead and add it right now to the live customs. Did you price the Tifa? Not yet. That one hasn't been ran into it yet. We're going to run into it, I'm sure. Oh, right. I already have a card, don't I? I left it in there for fun. Here it is. Why does the TCC sampler sound dusty? You can sample a little bit of this. 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. We have giveaways tonight. As usual, we're trying to hit 40 likes or we're trying to break the view bounty. Either one. Actually, I think it's a good idea to do both at the same time. So you can either hit 40 likes or hit the maximum number of views. Whatever comes first. We'll give that a try, see how it works. All right. So Miss Six is here. She says, one Animal Crossing. All right. Animal Crossing. Where'd that go? Here it is. Lovely. So these are a little bit pricey. These are $10 a pack. Animal Crossing. We're almost sold out of these. Oop, put that there. All right. Quinn, Sasha, and Sable. Very cute. Please, bro, please. Here's Sasha. Here's Quinn. Ooh, very nice. Miss Six. Oh, me. Oh, my. I can't believe it. Wow. I'm so proud of you, Six. Yes, Sable. Sable's cute. All right. Here's an order from Team Rocket Grunt, 1 live custom, 5 Poke Shuffles. We have a new thing with the live customs and the Waifu Shuffles. I realized we do 10, buy 10, get 1 free with the Poke Shuffles. And I said, why don't we do that for everything? So now with the live customs and the Waifu Shuffles, if you want 10 of them, you can get 1 for free. Same deal. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Good luck. Oh, the glorious 1-pack snipe. Celebi 10. Sounding good to me. T10 means tag 10. So it's going to have some kind of good value if I had to bet. I mean, it's possible that it doesn't have good value, so don't get too excited yet. But it probably at least 100. Usually anything in here is about 100. Oh, this guy. Forgot about this guy. So this guy did have a value of 100, but he's been re-rolled before. All right, that is Rainbow Rare Celebi. Musk is a trillionaire. Ha! You thought billions was a lot of money? Peasants. Billionaires are poor, actually. It's all about being a trillionaire nowadays. What, you don't have your first trillion yet? Not a real man. What are we thinking here, Mr. TRG? Okay, that's your Celebi. Let's look at these shuffles. Starting off strong. You're ahead with the Celebi. I miss ripping Snoopy packs. We still have them. Love y'all more than you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He said 5, right? Okay, 5. Ooh, tough choices. Do we keep it or do we keep it? Not bad. Both rounds were a hit. You got a star spot. That's going to go into the Topps Naruto break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gets reloaded. All right. Mr. Team Rocket Front. Let's see. We got to get the music back up and running again, huh? We got to try a different app is what we got to do. We did that the other day. We got to do it again. We'll figure it out. We'll get the music running again. I hate that the YouTube app removed it. So silly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's up to 4 out of 10. 6 spots remain in the Topps Naruto box break. Snoopy Mango Chance? Do you mean dance? No, he means chance. He said that right. All right, there it is. The live customs now contain a jumbo pack break. Pretty cool, huh? So there's your spot in there. Did he say what he wanted? No, he did not say what he wanted. Congratulations on your Celebi VMAX. All right. Oh. Mr. Brandon's back. 2 Topps Halo packs. What? Halo, guys. People are talking about it. The new Halo game's coming out. The new remake of Halo 1 to be released both on Xbox and PlayStation. It is. What do you guys think of that new CEO girl? Let's see. 2 Topps Halos. Where are those being kept? So far, I don't think she's done anything too crazy. She seems pretty normal so far. Here they are. Ooh. These are vintage Topps Halo packs. They are not cheap. I'm feeling. You're what? You're fiending? Are these empty boosters? What is this? Oh yeah, those are empty boosters. Wow. Boy, we sure got a lot of those. Tell us your Major League Gaming Halo days. That's right, back with Mountain Dew. I had a scuffed controller. You know what? This feels pretty sticky. Let me try this one. Now this one feels better than the other one. No, that feels pretty sticky too, actually. So these packs are feeling kind of sticky, man. See if any of the other ones feel a little less sticky. All right. Oh, here they are. We'll see which one feels a little less sticky. That one's a little sticky. Oh, this one feels good. And then what about this one? All right. I watched Downfall of Xbox video. Started in 2013. Didn't realize PS4 outsold Xbox so badly. Here we are. All right. So I tried to get you 2 that were a bit less sticky. Non-stickiness is a good thing. Here goes. Sounds like Xbox lost a lot of people when they raised the price to $30 a month. You know, Xbox has been ran by Phil Spencer this whole time. Phil Spencer and whoever that other lady was. And we just kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, to be honest, they didn't really turn the ship around, did they? We are. Okay. All right. No, not so bad. All right. Little Jackal. Well, the downside of that one is no hollow in the pack. All right. That's pack number 1. Xbox is dead, says Resendez. We are. Dead, I say. I'm watching Xbox. You know, I owned a PlayStation with Monster Hunter World because when I was working on that YouTube channel, people wanted me to play on PlayStation so badly. You know what they did? They bought me a console. A gentleman named David, he bought a $400 PlayStation for me so I could play on PlayStation. So I set it up. I bought the membership for online service. I learned the controls. And what I concluded was I really wasn't a fan. of the PlayStation controller. I just wasn't a fan. But the other thing I concluded is it's the same experience. It really is. There's hardly any difference. What is important are exclusives. So exclusive games sell consoles. And so we're still waiting for like, when are we getting a good Halo, a new Halo? When are we getting a new Gears of War? Games that sell consoles. When are we getting something like Destiny, you know? When are we getting we're supposed to get like Elder Scrolls, aren't we? Elder Scrolls trailer came out like 8 years ago. It's been 8 years, guys. We're just not getting it. All right, we got Master Chief's Downtime. We've got Master Chief. That one's a little bit sticky. Ooh, the Warthog. Is there at least a hollow in here? Ooh, Stemming the Tide and the Eyes of the Chief. Wow, that's pretty rough, actually. All right, so these packs have a little bit of stickiness. That's Brain and Water. And by a little bit, that one felt actually pretty sticky. 1, 2. That one, not so bad. This one, kind of bad. I'm looking for that Pokemon who looks like Trump. It kind of looks like a weasel. Do you have it? PSA 10. You're talking about gumshoes. And if anyone can get Donald Trump to sign a gumshoes, that would be absolutely amazing. Before he's dead, somebody out there needs to get a Donald Trump gumshoe signature so that people in the Pokemon hobby can have a good laugh. Because you're right, that Pokemon looks surprisingly similar to him. All right, so there's 2 harsh points to these 2 packs. Brandon, no hollow, first of all. And then pack number 2 was pretty sticky. Pack number 1, not so bad. Look at that. It's not so bad. Okay. I see a little bit of stickiness on that one. I'm going to give you a bonus pack just because I'm such a swell guy, okay? I'm going to give you a bonus pack just for fun. Why don't you take one of these? We're going to give you one of these Upper Deck packs, okay? We love Halo packs. You guys, try out the Halo Upper Deck if you want to support what we do. Try the Tops pack. Warning, though, the Tops pack could be a little sticky. You know, if they're sticky, you know what you ought to do? Have me sell you one and just keep it sealed. You know what I mean? Because it's going to keep going up in value if people keep opening it. So buy one that's sticky and keep it sealed, or go send it to PSA for pack grading. Suppose I could do that. I could send it out for pack grading. Ooh, Discover Earth. All right, so that's a free bonus pack for Mr. Brandon. Thanks, Brandon. Mr. Brandon, thank you, mister. I appreciate it. No problem. You've been around a long time. We are. What's your opinion on UFC 2250, the UFC game that's being hosted on the White House lawn? Trump made a joke with the news the other day. He was talking about how when they constructed the Eiffel Tower in Paris, they didn't originally intend for it to stay there, but then they liked it so much they kept it. And he jokes about how he likes the UFC octagon so much that they might just have to keep it. But I don't know. I think it's a little tacky. But it's it's his personality. I guess every president has like a personality. So I don't watch UFC personally. I know UFC fans are gonna love it, and but I don't watch UFC. I don't watch pretty much any sport. And so it doesn't make a big difference to me either way, but it does look a little tacky. Didn't have to be at the White House, could have been anywhere. All right, that's Mr. Brandon. It's a huge advertisement for his friend Dana White, isn't it? That's a huge ad. But he can do that if he wants. Trump's done other things like that, like he's advertised McDonald's pretty heavily, don't you think? McDonald's constantly gets advertised by Donald Trump. He doesn't have to do that. It's just part of his personality. All right, there we are. We need to get Stormy Daniels to sign a Jinx card. I think you mean low punny. All right. Woo. Now, what do we got next? Joseph Smith. He says 2 pokey shuffles. All right, you got it. Joseph Smith. Hey. Government officials step outside on the North Lawn. I'm for sure they had people fight for president entertainment back in the 1990s. I mean, if you want a cynical look at it, doesn't it seem almost like Rome or something? Doesn't it seem kind of like, but I don't know. They got like sumo and stuff in Japan. I don't think it's like Rome. We are. All right. Not like we have out of control inflation, out of control cost of living, constant wars draining our treasury, a divided north and south. It's not like we have all those things, you know, competing religions. Um, you know, yeah, we don't have all those problems. Let's see. What's next? Here's CS Man, bag sort again. And could you make a should grade bag and then pre-grade some of the good movie cards, please? All right, so bag sort. Give me a second. All right, I don't want any more of that cough drop. So let's see. CS Man. Let's grab your stuff and see what's going on here. So you got a lot of bags. Let's see what we got. A should grade. I mean, that should be graded. You basically just a hits bag, you know. Come back here, you. All right. Armorage. Is this actually a hits bag? Are we looking at a hits bag? Because that could basically be a hits bag almost. Let's see. Drudigon. Yeah. Those are all good. Pheasantipity. Maybe not this. Probably not these. All these could be graded. But here's Donphan, Charmander, the Underwater, Mewtwo. Those are all really good, obviously. All right, so, but let's just buzz through these real fast for you. Oh, yeah, you were opening up these beautiful Star Wars cards. Looks like you got plenty of Star Wars cards that never got pre-graded. Here's some more XY. XY, these are all hollows. Okay, this was pre-graded. Ah, so everything in between these two cards has already been pre-graded. I get it now. All right, so, you know, in theory, you could grade some of these nicer looking Star Wars cards if you wished. Could be worth the time. All right. It could be hosted absolutely anywhere. If Trump is involved, people are going to whine and complain about it. Yeah. There you go. All right. Good, 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 good. What I meant to say is all these pussy liberals. I'm just kidding. Ah, you don't like it, huh? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm teasing. Actually, there was some news tonight. I heard that just this is breaking news. I heard that Trump just uh, signed off on a military operation that killed the leader of Tren de Aragua or something like that. Some notorious Venezuelan gang. The leader was just killed tonight. Did you guys know about that? Spicy. Ooh, some more. Oh, you have this whole time? Look at that. Did you know you had these? Did you know you had these? You might need to be reminded that you got these. These are 9.5s. I'll put them in there. 9, 10, 10, 10. You got a couple 10s right there, man. So we're grading with BGS and CGC right now, by the way. That's what we're doing. 9.5. Here's some Master Balls. Ooh, ooh, ooh. These are hot. Cool, man. So that's some good stuff right there. Maybe I should open more movie packs. Yeah, it was a joint op with the Venezuelan government. Yeah, the new one, huh? The Venezuelan government. Okay, what do we got? Unknown, Gumi, Quagsire, Gyarados, Baltoy, Claydol. These are all nice. They hit him with that 50 cal. I don't know. I don't know what they hit him with, but yeah, it's pretty serious business. Going into other countries, wiping out cartel gang leaders. I don't hate it. We are. I'm not a fan of drug gangs personally. All right, so there you go. Lots of stuff. You discovered you had some cards already graded. And then I think you said you wanted me to grade a couple of these, what, movie cards? All right. 1, 2. Guess we'll check the hollows, huh? Let's check this Charmander. Ready? Okay, my trained eyeballs are looking at your card. So pretty quickly, oops, come on now. My eye's drawn to this corner, which is curled upward. You might be able to flatten that, okay? You might be able to flatten that. The other thing I'm drawn to is see this square border around the Charmander? Looks awfully like this is thin here and fat here. This might be off-centered. So it's looking like it's to the side, doesn't it? Yeah, look at the spacing between the P here and the N here. That's off-center. So this is getting, without fixing the corner, this is getting at least an 8. We're dropping it by 2 points. Okay. So it's one thing to pull a nice card. It's another thing to actually get a high grade on it too. Man, it's tough out there, guys. Appreciate the 10s when you see them, okay? Now we got Dawn Fan. Left to right, it's all the same entity. I wouldn't say they're the same entity. I think they're all psychopaths. I think they're all power hungry, but they have very different ideals about the world. They're running 2 different bets, 2 different experiments. All right, let's see. It's always the ones you don't want are going to grade 10. Yeah, corners and edges on this one are better. My eyes are drawn to this impression right here, right there. I don't know if that would cause it to lose a grade. I don't think it would, but you never know nowadays with PSA being so rough, man. Okay, there's a similar tiny little blurb about right here. So I'm going to give this one 10 minus. Yeah, this one's going to get 10 minus. It's always the ones you don't want. I could give it a 9 plus, but I'm going to go with 10 minus. I don't know. That's just me being hopeful, Mr. CS man. Bruh, Donphin, are we joking? It's always the ones you don't want are your best pulls. Now, so you have a subtle line in the card. Do you see it? Kind of running right here. It's not like a traditional print line where it's a nice cut thing. Corners are much better on this one than your Charmander. Ah, look at that. There it is. There's the print line right there for sure. All right, this card has no shot. I'm going to say probably maybe a 9 on this one. It's a foil match line. PSA will overlook it. It's like they over backstock with 2 million cards. Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's possible. All right. Now, also, Mewtwo. I just spent $70 getting you guys more top loaders. How do you feel about that, huh? How do you guys feel about that? $70 for top loaders that you don't even need because you just put them in the semi-rigids where they belong. Now I'm seeing a similar thing. Is it on the back of this card too? It is. Oh no. Similar issue right there. I'm sorry, but that one's a print line card. All right, there you have it. Donphin is 10 minus. And then this guy gets a 9. This guy gets a 9. And Charmander, which was the best one, we're predicting an 8. PSA will overlook it. That you care for us. I got 10s with that first edition base. Hollows and Unseen Forces, reverses. All right. So, here's all these. What is this music? This sucks so much. What am I listening to? Here, there we go. Perfect. When I was changing the music, what I was doing was I was rewinding to an earlier point so that eventually it would reach the bad music again. So 9, 10 minus 9, 8. Dawn Fan is the only one that might grade 10. But print line really obvious, print line really obvious, curled corner, and probably off center to the right. Okay, that's what you got going on. It's pretty glorious when you get a 10 on a card finally. Remember that Kadabra? You got that for $1,000? Doesn't seem so crazy now, does it? Because think of how many packs have to be opened for just one card to potentially be a 10. It's tough. Real tough. All right, that's your hits bag. Sort of. Basically, it is. We got Squirtle, Rayquaza, SpongeBob 10, Togepi with no price tag. Let's bring him back down. We don't need that. Charmander consignment. Oops. We do have some cards on consignment. We got to keep rotating those. This is an eBay card. That's not consignment. It's just for eBay. I'm going to put this in the nines box. All right. PSA is so all over the place. It's all subjective. Yeah, I mean, you could get lucky and send all your nines in, and one of them might actually turn into a 10. Here's Mr. Brandon. Give me another 2 Halo packs. I want one of them to be as sticky as they come for science. As they come, huh? All right. Da-da-da. All right, these 3 are pretty sticky. All right, so we'll do these 2 right here. There's only 1 pack left, and then I have to go get more product. Now, I want one of them to be as sticky as they come. Let's get it. If the card is tender good and you can't notice something without really looking at it, it should just be a 10. Nah, there'd be too many 10s. Oops. Hey, hey. Whoa! All right. They're still heating here. All right, all right. Look at that, Brandon. You just kept opening them and all was good. Wow. So that's Halo 2. Do I have one more top loader? Yes, that's a top loader. All right. Hey, it didn't stick. It could be a 10. Maybe we should send it out. Here's one of this. Now, but this was not the sticky as they come pack. Look, this one had a price tag on it. So this might not have even come from this booster box. It might be from a different booster box because this would have been the display pack, meaning I have like a bag where I keep all the packs to show off. So that might have come from a totally different booster box. That's actually the super sticky one on the left. All right. Ah, I thought it was. Yeah, that booster pack might have been from a previous booster box. I don't know if it was, but it might have been. Okay, now. Ready? Smash that like button for me, guys. Let's get those likes up to 40. What do we have here? All right, you ready for it to be sticky as hell? Oh, it's sticky. Stickier than your crusty sock. Here's Wraith. Here's Uprising 2. A view from the outside and the way the world ends. So it being super sticky didn't give you like a hollow or anything. It was just really sticky. Dropping a like is free. Here's this. Okay. We get those likes and views up and we'll activate the giveaway. Okay. Here's drones. Here's a moment's inconvenience. I didn't like the drones from Halo 3. I thought they were kind of an annoying enemy type. A view from the outside. And the way the world ends. I feel like it almost didn't fit in with the rest of them, you know? Like the game had a certain feel without the drones. Luckily, the drones don't show up too much. They're not in too many moments. So I guess it didn't matter ultimately. All right, but look, it's literally just a flying bug, and you're just like, I guess. It doesn't show likes anymore? Or is that just what is this music? This is terrible. All right. I have to keep an eye on that. They're playing like scary horror music. What the hell? Good thing you guys can't hear it. Ooh, I need a drink, guys. I didn't bring a drink in here with me. I got this old drink. I'm not going to drink it. It's like 2 days old. Let me go grab a fresh drink. Give me a second. All right. Somebody's sewer alarm is going off. I could hear it when I walked into the kitchen. All right. We have a sip. Good. Brandon with the BR. Let's grab your bag. Ta-da! All right. All right. Very nice. Do you think I should grade? That was one of the available options or wait for PSA to come back. Well, I certainly wouldn't do Beckett because Beckett's going to skewer it. Well, if it graded pristine with CGC, how would you feel about it? Would you hate it? If you hate it, I would just wait for PSA to open back up. In the meantime, you can just get more raw cards ready to grade. So that's what I would be doing, just accumulating good cards to grade or whatever else you want to do. Would I send it out express? No, because if it grades 9, it's not going to be worth that much. So it's not worthy of express. All right. How many times per month do you wash your crusty sock? You only need to clean it once a month. Oh, I was so thirsty. KFC makes you thirsty, man. Yuck, dude. All right. That's how you know it's bad for you. It's like a salt bomb. I just realized tag is also down. Yeah, tag is also down. That's right. So, Chris Gonzalez, 2 Pokey Shuffles. Mr. Chris. How many times you clean your toilet? Never. Duh. 1, 2, 3. I had a roommate who did that. He would never clean his toilet. That was so foul, dude. Old Maid Dene. There we go. Very nice. PSA is under investigation. I can't wait to see the scandal. You can't hide what's done in darkness. What are you talking about, dude? All right, let's grab this. I feel like you just read me like a Bible quote or something. Here, let's see. Remember, what was that one newspaper that said like there was like a quote from one of the newspapers, super corny. It was like a recent little tagline they had, like something dies in darkness, or I can't remember what it is. Dang, dude, I wish I could remember the quote. I think it was something they had during COVID times. All right, Old Maid Dee. Maybe one of you guys remember. Re-roll. Look at this. I haven't even pulled it out, and he says re-roll. All right, you got it. So it's a $30 for the re-roll, which means you will get a $25 re-roll. Democracy dies in darkness. That's what it was. Nice, dude. Yeah, democracy dies in darkness. All right, let me put this up here. He's going to go ahead and re-roll the Dedenne, which you can do that. Now $25. CGC has done crazy stuff. Becky has done crazy stuff. PSA graded the most expensive card in history, knowing it was trimmed. The whole country started on the company started on live. We are. I love the grading companies. They're great. We are. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. You just can't make me hate them. It's not gonna work. All right. Now your reroll is for 5. Even TCC grading? Well, you know, TCC grading can't be trusted. Jeff Bezos told his newspaper, make sure to spook the readers who trust the post. Really? All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Ta-da! That's a cold one. No! I'm sorry, Chris. The dang rerolls, man. They don't care about unique stuff. They only chase paper. Who? It's weird seeing vendors at a card show treating tag as a subpar brand. Do they really? That's stupid, man. All right, new card up on the table, Umbreon. He's pretty cute. The card show vendors, huh? That's nuts, man. Okay, we'll adjust this. Ooh. I tried Premier Protein Shake and it was nasty. Could taste the sucralose. That's a big word. You could pronounce it like this: sucralose. Okay, just $18 on this cute lesbian Umbreon. All right. Now we have Team Rocket Grunt. The pulls are hot. One live and one pokey shuffle. You got it. The group says 2 plus 2 is 5. It's unfortunate. Every millionaire I know in Pokemon is diehard PSA, and that's going to be hard as hell to change. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's a cold one. All right, you get a cute little girl though. That's kind of nice. If you think about it. And oop, where are we gonna get out of here? 1, 2, 3, and 1. Ah. All right, bad luck on that one. All right, Mister, you support shady business, aka PSA. I love them. I'm gonna send him more cards. What do you guys think? That's probably what I'm gonna do. PSA, the company. PSA graded my Primal Grout on 10. So we all good. Yeah. Shady companies, huh? I'm getting scared just thinking about it. Oh yeah, I made a quick video about this, didn't I? Love these surfing Pikachus. And who has a graded card, supports a shady business, grow up? Oh, I think he's saying anyone who has a graded card. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. This guy didn't even get a 9. He got an 8. That's it. PSA's corrupt. They got to go. Is the Cubone drawing still going? Oh, yeah, it is. Let me show it off real fast. All right. Very nice. I saw Karis drawing all night tonight, but she wasn't drawing a card. She was like drawing some giant thing on some giant artwork paper. So here we are. I gotta tell her, get back to work. We need Jigglypuff. All right. There we go. We unknowingly did, but when you know the person that is shady, when you know that person is shady and still do business, then yes, you support it. That's like the same argument the Catholics make. Like if you don't know something's a mortal sin, then it's not a sin yet. But once you know it's a mortal sin, why did you tell me then, Jod? Shut up. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, Jod. Maybe don't tell me a little bit, okay? Let me live my life, Jod. Let me live in blissful ignorance. I saw that Quantum Wolf. You think you can just delete it? Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt. Where's my Shabbos Goyim? So here's Miss 6. 1 Naruto box break. You got it. Get back to work, Matt. There goes. That's a pretty good one. I gotta say, Matt Walsh has been around a very long time. That guy, I remember him from like when I was a homeschooler. That's how old, that's how long he's been in that business. And he joined their group or whatever, Ben Shapiro's group. Now that Ben almost feels like he's more of a representative of another country than of the United States, it's not good for Matt. I feel like Matt's probably, I think that's probably hurt Matt's brand So what Matt should do is he should separate and create his own thing, like the Matt Show or something like that. That would be my advice, but I don't think he will. They're probably very good friends. Here's Brandon Warder. Even if it's not a hit, I feel obligated to drain you of your Halo product. All right, not the first thing I've been drained of. We grab this. Very nice. Now, Mister's definitely going to pokey heaven. Ah. All right. I can hear the cherubs playing. I can hear the pokey bagpipes. Hey, buddy, you got a Gengar Mimikyu GX for sale in a PSA 10? You know, all this time I've been holding it back from everyone else, but now that you've asked, let me pull that out. It's been waiting just for you. It's like that one song, that Disney song, that I know you. That one. I was just waiting for you to come into the stream and ask. I was hiding it right over here. All right. I'm not gonna lie. This feels sticky, dude. Sometimes sticky product is just sticky ass product, huh? You're a good soldier, Brandon. But hey, you know, you got that really good that other pack was really good. The one with the Halo 2 on it. Whew, that was nice. My God, dude. Is CS Man watching? We need CS Man to witness this too. He needs to appreciate when he opens those tops packs and they're like just straight up not sticky at all. And every single time it happens, I make a big deal out of it. He needs to see this. He needs to see the other side of old tops packs. Yeah, the Halo 2 slab. You sell it? I believe I still have it. For the right price, I would sell it, but it's gotta be effing good, dude, because I am a big Halo fan myself. Not only did I play all the Halos, I played thousands of hours of Halo Wars, and I happen to like some of those graded Halo cards I have. I'd like to have a Hunter, like the embossed one. I get you like Cortana, but geez, man. Red Dog, I understand. Mr. Like Halo Wars. That's right. I'm a brilliant strategist. All units. Here we are. Local units. All units. I'll go. There we go. All right. So that's Brandon Warder. You just hear that all units over and over and over again. Then they made Halo Wars 2 and it was total dog poo. There you go. Very nice. My favorite's Halo 3, then Reach. Dude, I don't know. I feel like am I the only one who felt like Halo was probably best with Halo 2? Does anyone ever make that argument? Because I remember Halo 3 came out, and even though it was good, I didn't feel like it innovated very much. Personally, I didn't feel like it was a huge change. Like there were a couple changes to the game, like, you know, you could deploy the little bubble shield and stuff like that. But they actually took away the dual wield in Halo 3, did they not? And then I didn't like that most of the game was like the brutes. And in Halo 2, that was when we get the Arbiter and he swaps sides. That was a really cool story, right? I like that a lot. Um, yeah, I feel like Halo 2 was actually the better experience. I don't know why. But Halo 3, everyone really wanted to know the ending. So that was why that one was also really exciting. Then Halo Reach came out and the Bungie team's like, let's give everyone super annoying abilities. No, Halo 3 you can dual wield. Okay, so you can dual wield in Halo 3. Maybe I can't remember that. Halo 2 is great. Just tell me which Halo game had the most realistic breasts on Cortana. That's really all I need to know. That's exactly how you know which one is best. All right, we're off to a good start. Halo 3 story was a movie, bro. Last night was a movie. Wait, I think I found the Gordy video. What? That was when Hollywood, aka AAA games, started going downhill. That's why we now only ever see remakes or remasters, nothing new. Yeah, I mean, even Nintendo. The Nintendo Direct came out the other day. Where's Smash Brothers. When are we getting a new Smash Brothers? It's been a million years. Give us a new Smash Brothers. New console, new Smash Brothers. That's how it's supposed to work. Oh, we're getting what? A remake of Zelda? Come on, dude. How about a new Zelda? How about a new Mario game? It's just, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater. It's just like, man, I'm gonna be like 100 years old someday before they release a new game that I actually want to play. And then on the Xbox, hey, how would you like to play Halo 1 again? And also, Gears of War E-Day, technically it's a new game, but it's like it's not really a new game, it's a prequel, isn't it? So it's like, I don't know, dude. I'm excited for it, but I feel like the excitement could be limited. We'll see how well it does. There just aren't any new ideas. Well, they're scared to spend millions of dollars and have a flop. That's what it is. Because how many times can you afford to do that before you're bankrupt? People just don't do acid like they used to in the 70s. Oh yeah, what's missing? Not enough drug usage or something? I don't know if that's really it, man. Actually, a lot of people said the drugs didn't make all the art and the music. What was really going on is the artists were hindered by the drugs, so that they were already talented and clever and artistic, and then they would get into drugs and it would actually ruin their careers, not enhance the career, right? They get wealthy, they get famous, they get rich, then they start doing drugs, and then it's all downhill once they start doing drugs. All right, let's see. Scyther. So I don't know if I believe the whole like doing drugs makes you better at art thing. Maybe it does like one time or something, opens your third eye. But it's just a theory. Let's see. We got Scyther 9. Bruh. Whoa, that's a 10. It looks like there's no Japanese Scyther 9s. Maybe we'll just go off of the English price. Tell that to the Dune author. Yeah, what is he getting high on the spice? The spice. The spice melange. Mister, you gotta try Toad. Yeah? Isn't that like a Mario character? Hey! All right, here's Rockets Moltres. Also an 8. That's all we got in this return. We got, wow, this is a heavy slab, but it looks nicer on the back. Huh. Weird. I wonder what the deal is with that. How else do you explain the worm God King? I don't know, dude. Do not try DMG. Do not try Pokemon cards, kids. You'll never recover financially. Anthropic shut down their newest AI model at U.S. government request due to national security. What? All right, so Rockets Moltres 208. Yeah, we're heading toward AI, huh, guys? What if one day you wake up and everyone's been hacked by like AI? So this is the 8 right here, and it's $85. That's the cheapest one. So I guess the little stamp on it makes it more expensive. I don't know. What if one day everyone's hacked? Stock market's collapsed. Crypto's been hacked. That's collapsed. Maybe like, the wallets have been hacked. I don't know. Whatever the point of weakness is. Quantum computing has arrived, and AI is using quantum computing to get into every system. You know who's still going to be wealthy? This guy, because all my money's in Pokemon. You can't take my Charizards from me. Sorry, hackers. Society collapse. I can't eat my Charizards. They don't trade for anything. I'm just kidding. Hell no, dude. That's gonna be the only currency that matters is Charizard. They are. Mister, we will all send you $30 to try DMT on live. What's DMT? I'll look it up. DMT. What's DMT? A powerful psychedelic drug that produces alterations in perception and consciousness. It occurs in some plants. I guess. Huh? Uh, Kyle Reese tried to warn us all in the Terminator movies, is what I will say, law. Mister, don't try DMT. All right, let's see. We're getting prices on some of these new cards, guys. We got an open queue. If you want to have any fun, send an order in. We got Rockets, Moltres, 031. Do you believe in the multiverse theory? Let me ask myself in a different universe what he thinks. All right, this one's a bit more reasonable. This one's $30. If it doesn't affect me, doesn't matter. It is. Go ahead and run the DMT break. 1 out of 50. Wouldn't AI come for our assets? I don't know if AI would come. All right, so I'm hitting refresh. I'm hitting refresh. I'm hitting click. Here's Bryce. He says, get to work, Matt Walsh. 1 pack of Ninja Spinner. Ninja Spinner. Back to work, Matt. Where's my Shabbos Goyim? All right. For those of you who don't know what a Shabbos Goyim is, one of the religious practices of the Jews is that they're not allowed to work on the Sabbath day or something like that, right? And that can include all kinds of little things that you take for granted, like things that you didn't realize count as work. And so they're kind of paralyzed. They can't, they're just supposed to relax. That's the rule. That's their like, you don't break the rules in a religion. And so what they do is they get somebody who's not Jewish who does tasks for them on Sunday. And the term for that was Shabbos Goyim. Now you know things. All right, here you go. One of these. Very good. AI will create phishing emails and steal life savings. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, think about how powerful that could be in the hands of the wrong person. So that's maybe that's the scarier thing. Everyone thinks Terminator is scary. Dude, what's scarier is like some bad jerk gets a hold of some great AI and it's really good at doing some kind of crime and staying, evading the government. Mr. Bryce. All right, Mr. Bryce. Can you fake my mink? That sounds like a sex move. All right. I don't know what that means, I'm afraid. Mr. Bryce. Oh no, not the old people getting scammed by AI. Yeah. There we go. All right. Very good. LMAO, LMAO, squeak. Brit. There we go. This is your grandchild. Yeah. This is your grandchild speaking. Grandmother, I will need $50 for epic things. What is this music? This is like some of the worst music, man. I'm scrolling way up on the music. Come on, let's get that old. Where's our there we go. If you scroll up, it goes back to what we used to be playing. Then I go back. Let's get up there. Back to Minecraft music. Mister, should I buy land or a Mew Gold Star? That's a tough choice. I think most people would tell you to buy land. They'd be like, isn't that just a kid's card game? And then they'd be like, the land's like 1,000 times better. Meanwhile, if you look at an actual data chart, Mew grew faster than land. So I guess what you could say is in this life, you're supposed to buy whatever goes up in price the most tomorrow. What is that? I don't know. If you just knew, you could be rich, everybody. And so the question is all about capital allocation. The theory is that there's something that's going to go up in price the most tomorrow. Then why don't you go buy some of it? If you only knew what it was, you could be very rich. You could be rich unbelievably fast. If you only knew what it was, if you could predict what goes up in price tomorrow, You'd be one rich son of a bitch. Ooh, there's a bunch of nines. Marowak, please go up. Tops, please go up. Okay, let's see. Mister, do you think money equals happiness? Yeah, I do. You know how they did that study that said, oh, after $70,000, you don't get much happier? I think that's a total lie. I think if you're making like $1 million a year, your options in life just open up further. Like things get better the higher it goes. If you make like $200,000 a year, which by the way, that's probably more like $100,000 back in the 90s. But if you make $200,000 a year, all of a sudden that brand new car looks pretty easy to buy. If you make $400,000 a year, that extra lake house starts to look pretty viable, you know? So it's like there probably is a cutoff point, but I don't think it's 70,000. I think 70,000 is still small beans. Like if I want a nice boat in Lake of the Ozarks, a nice boat in Lake of the Ozarks is $1 million. I'm not exaggerating. Just a nice boat, 1 million, 4 engines, super navigating. If you want a nice boat and bikini girls with boobs hanging out of their bikinis, that probably costs money too. You got to be like, hey, baby, look at me. I'm loaded. Come hang out on my boat. If you want to hire a guy to maintenance your boat all summer long, he costs money. If you're going to pay for the gas and the maintenance fees on the boat, that costs money. When the boat inevitably breaks, when you got to fix the boat, that costs money. So yeah, I mean, if I could just have like, I don't know, like $500,000 a year, then I'll be happy. You know what I mean? So, but no, the point is that if you're just making 70, the idea that you've reached peak human happiness, I don't think is true. I think to be happy, people need to be able to live where they want to live and do the primary activities that they enjoy. And as it turns out, some of the best activities are very expensive, like skiing, flying, boating, extreme sports, sleeping around with people, maybe whatever it is you like. Maybe you like to gamble. Maybe you like blackjack. That requires money. So yeah, I don't think 70 is the cutoff point. The only thing 70K is going to do is maybe pay some necessities. That's it. So, but yeah, you need to have money to have a good lifestyle, don't you? What do you want your lifestyle to be? All right, let's see. Bikini girls are fairly cheap compared to the boat. Yeah, I don't know. Name your vessel the Santa Maria hot chocolate. Nah, mister, you got a boat. The girls just hop on. They like the clout, ice cream. Maybe you like Pokemon. 70,000 is a lot of money too. Isn't that the craziest part? Like how many jobs are paying more than 70? Not a lot. You know, that's like a standard good job. Um, but yeah, I mean, so it's all about making that 70,000 and then carefully allocating that 70,000 into whatever's going up in price the most. And then you're going to hit like a peak age in life. Think of it like so I'm a planner. I really like to think things out. Think of it like this. So in your lifetime, if you can imagine your life like this, 0 years to 75 years, you're going to make in this time period, this is a time period, right? Some amount of money. We don't know how much you're going to make. Now, it's going to be a finite amount. You're not going to make infinite money. So the amount of money you make in your lifetime could be like $1 million over your entire life. I don't know how much any of you will make. We could probably ask AI. Let's see. How much does the average American make in their lifetime? 70K can be utilized well, but most people have zero discipline. Okay, you ready? So, graduates make a median earning of $2.5 million. So, and if you're not a college graduate, it's 1.5. Oh, that's not even a big difference. Okay. So, let's say 2 million in your lifetime. 2 million. Now, here's the thing. It's all about when you spend that 2 million because there's an optimal point to spend it. You don't earn it all at once. It's not like something that just ching falls into your pocket. You're earning as the years go by. You're earning a little bit at a time, right? And in your early years, when you hit 22 years old, you have a low net worth. So this is low net worth, low net. And every dollar you make could be invested. If you invest it, it starts to work for you and it becomes a money snowball. I agree with that term. Money becomes like a snowball. You start to have so much of it that it starts to make more and more and more of itself. So you're building a money snowball. You can also think of it as seed money, right? Seed money. Your young money, when you're young, every dollar you spend, that's your seed money. You plant it in the ground and it turns into a tree. All right. So what you could do is you could work and save every single dollar all the way to the very end. You're dead here. This is death. So, skull and bones. This is death. You are dead. Even if you're not dead, at 75 years old, you're not feeling great. So, probably you want to have fun before 65 is what I would say. So between 65 and 70, no bueno. You're just staying alive at those ages. So all the fun is in this area. Ideally, you'd spend all your money up front at 22 years old because you're young, you're hot, you're energetic, your knees are good. Girls want to have sex with you because you look good at 22, hopefully. But if you spend it all, you lose out on this. You lose out on the money snowball, you lose out on the seed money because you need to start investing as young as you can. So then the trick is, where on this line do you swap from optimizing cash allocation for capital investment? Where do you stop doing that and you swap over to spending? Where do you stop investing and start spending? And I do have some theories around that about the optimal age, but I call it escape velocity with your money. Escape velocity. You'd call it like a threshold. All right, so you reach an amount of money where you have so much of it that even if you spent some of it, it gets replaced by the remaining money. That's the dream. But unfortunately, everyone can't reach that amount. So for you to reach this escape velocity threshold, you have to invest really aggressively, earn really aggressively, and maybe hold off on spending it until you're a little bit older. So maybe you're waiting till you're about 45. And then from 45 to 65, which is 20 years of fun, those are really fun years. But you missed out on spending it earlier. This also doesn't work out if you die at 45. So that sucks. So don't die at 45 or get like cancer. Then all that hard work will be for nothing because you're anticipating living to 65. So those 20 years could be like heaven. But if you spend it early, if you start spending earlier at 35, which is over here, you might not have really maxed out your investments. So there's just this way to, because again, you have a cap of 2 million. You're going to have 2 million in your lifetime. So how do you appropriately spend that 2 million within this area here? You're going to spend this much time investing and this much time living it up. That's the trick. And that's the way to optimize that 2 million. And that assumes you work the whole time and you actually earn that 2 million. Don't be a bum, don't do drugs, yada 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 yada. Okay. So that's my theory on it. Aggressive investing early, followed by lifestyle when you're a little older, which I'm approaching that age. I'm 37. So I'm approaching the lifestyle point. All right. Do you believe in heaven? Yeah. Heaven is like a Charizard in each hand, I think. I think I read that in a book somewhere. Imagine grinding and working 20 years just to lose it all. Yup. If that ever happens to you, you're gonna have to take like a cosmic view of the world or something. I don't know, because you can't make sense of it. I mean, that happens to people. All right, guys, let's get a picture of these beautiful slabs and pull them off the table. That happens to people. They lose it all. There we go. Or let's say you make a millions of dollars, even billions, and then you just die at 45. You know who just did that? The OnlyFans creator. The guy who made OnlyFans became a billionaire, and then he died in his 40s. I think he died at like 45. What, did he create it or did he buy it? I can't remember. So doesn't always work out well. You're younger than my parents. I've been doing construction 20 years. This July takes a toll on you for sure, but in return, I don't have to work anymore, and I'm 37, but I'm half dead, so it's a balance that doesn't exist. What do you think you would be doing if not for Pokemon? Coding, almost certainly coding, like some person with coding autism. Yeah, I wasn't bad at coding. We are. And Karis is she's a coder too, so we probably would have just had a similar job to each other. Oh yeah, Monkey D, Luffy. Somebody was asking about that. Venusaur. I'm 1 year into FIFO-ish job. So we got 8, 9, 9, 9, 8. Take a picture. Happy Friday, guys. Yeah, there is an optimal if there's a couple equations where if you could just know how long you were definitely going to live, you would know how to optimally spend the money. You don't want to spend the seed money too early, but you also don't want to hold on to it for too long. You know what I compare that to? Have you ever played a video game and the video game has like a heavy weapon in it, like a special weapon, like a rocket launcher, but the weakness of the rocket launcher is that it has limited ammo? It's like that. If you hold on to your special weapon and you never use it, oops, you should have used it, because if you reach the end of the game and finish the game without your rocket launcher, well then you just grinded the hard way for nothing. You could have skipped some of the hard parts with the rocket launcher, but you were too greedy. You were too conservative with the ammo, right? Well, you could do the same thing with money. You can be too conservative and only save, 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 save. Somebody out there has Asian parents doing that very thing right now. I'm sure of it. Asian parents who are like, don't spend a dollar, put it all away, put it into a savings account. You don't spend any of it. You can oversave. You have to have an optimal plan for saving and then spending so that you can maximize or optimize how the money works for you, since it's a tool for life enjoyment. We are. All right. I know what I'm doing with all my money. LA 10s. I deserve an LA 10. All right. Here's EV 12. I went to the toilet. Did I miss the showing of the Gengar Mimikyu? What? All right. Let's find this. This is Gem 2 Eevee. Let's type in Gem 2. Gem 2. I'm not seeing what I want. What if I should just type in, what if I type in Gem 2 stamp? How about reverse? No, that doesn't say reverse on it. Gem 2 stamp. I can't find what I want. Let's try Chinese Eevee Gem. LA 6s are Nebraska 10s. I deserve an LA 10. So here's this guy, and he's like $150. And then this one's 200. That's 1,300. That's 45. But oh, here we go. I found it. There it is. Boy, that was hard to find. So that's 125. We got it, guys. All right, we got a price for it now. 125. Straight into the live customs. Easy. I'd rather not bother with LA 10s. They are self-centered with their own looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More for me. Messing with you. Those are hard to grade. They usually have print lines. Oh yeah, do they? These right here. These are hard to grade. Nice. Well, we got one. Okay. Been buying Pokemon since 2000. You've been buying it since 2000. The average person is blanked in today's economy. I got lucky and have a work ethic that will rival Mr. All Day and just work. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good idea to get passionate, work real hard, save some money, take some risks. Take some risks with that money. You got to invest it, and not in just something that's like going to return 3%. You got to do something like at least 15%, you know? So you got to take a little bit of risk with that money. This is EV number 12. All right. There we go. Like you could argue putting it all in AI stocks is maybe risky, right? But you got to do something that's maybe gives you a chance to get lucky. That's what they tell you when you're younger. You should invest in aggressive stocks, growth stocks, not just conservative stocks. Invest in things that love you back. What? We're talking money, not love, bro. Love's for the weak. All right. Now I'm just being cringe. Let's grab this Evie. Invest in things that love you. There we go. Can money love you back? Yes. I, for example, have been hugged by paper dollar bills. They formed an angel and hugged me. The average person has to invest. A job alone will not get you wealthy. You could get wealthy from a job. It's just going to be slower, but you could get wealthy from a job. Yeah. It depends heavily on which job, by the way. I mean, some jobs pay really well. Some people are getting paid like $100,000 a year to be a nurse, specialized nurse, maybe more. Here we are, Pikachu. But what you can't do is you can't do a job that pays very little money because it's like too easy of a job and then just stick with that job for 20 years. You can't do that. You got to look at upgrading your work skills. That's what it's all about. You got to upgrade those work skills and then apply it the higher paying jobs until you feel like you've reached your peak, like you can't go any further, like you couldn't do anything more advanced or difficult than you're already doing, you know? Like this is it for me. And then wherever that is, it's going to put you into a class, like we all have a class, you know, and wherever you are, just be like, I'm okay with this. Don't like look out the window at what your neighbor has and get all jealous and angry because you'll never be satisfied if you do that. Let me lower this. It's all, but you know, also if you haven't reached your full potential, that's on you. You need to get out there and reach your full potential. Okay. Did you ever think you wanted to die? No. Are you asking me if I had enough depression to feel suicidal? I've had major depression, sure. Um, there you go. So I know what it's like to feel a lot of pain from depression. Depression, when it's real strong, it's quite painful. So I get it. People want to feel like suicidal and all that, but I have a very strong, I feel like I have this fantastic grip on reality that helps me through life. So, like, for example, if I'm having depression, I go, oh, this is depression. And then I just, you know, just go relax or something. Maybe I think about it a bit. Okay. And I've had a lot of anger actually, especially after I left home. That was a very bad thing. I left. Home was very bad, terrible memories, and lost everything. But for all the anger I had over that, I told myself, just redirect it into something that is, you know, constructive. So important to do that. I don't think every guy realizes you can do that. You have to be like reminded. Take your energy, take your anger, and go be the best at your job. That's like the perfect place to use all that anger and frustration. Just go do a great job and or whatever needs to change in your life. So like if you don't have a good enough job, take all that frustration and say, today's the day I'm applying for that new job. So don't misplace your anger. Don't be like stuck on the couch. Get some jazz music playing, get up and start applying for that work. Or like if you already have a job, just do a bitchin' good job. You know what I mean? Like impress your boss. There it is. So doing something constructive with it's really a great idea. All right. Almond. Almond, you like almonds? All right, let me hit refresh on this. Turn a negative into a positive. Motion is the best motivator. All right. There's no orders in the queue. We're having a slow Friday stream, surprisingly. Let's show off some of, we're having a great conversation, but let's show off some of the booster packs here. Listening to Danger Zone. We got Brown Dust here. Okay, so I'm showing off some of the more recent booster packs on our stream. Brown Dust, Chainsaw Man, One Piece OP16. I got to tempt you guys. Here's the boys. Here's Yu-Gi-Oh! V. Oh, there is one more pack of Goosebump, the display pack. Very cool. Here's Abyssai, a little pricey. Chaos Rising. This poor set got expensive. That's Gengar Pikachu. Don't forget about that. Azure Lane English. Final Fantasy Dreamlike Ocean. Nikkei Precious from Union Arena. This was the fresh case of Inferno X that nobody has pulled a Charizard out of, by the way. Here's Celebrations. We've sold a couple of that. Oh, yeah, we got this new set, Harry Potter Quidditch Cup. So these are vintage Harry Potter cards, and I think this is really, really old. Here's Riftbound, which has been selling like hotcakes for a while. 712 and 8.5. You got Riftbound Unleashed, Riftbound Origin, Riftbound Spirit Forge. That is League of Legends, and it's been doing extremely well. You know what should be in here? Chilling Rain should be in here. So we brought Chilling Rain back to the menu. Here it is. Chilling Rain is back. Took it off the menu a long time ago. Now it's back. What we've been doing tonight, we just been pricing up some slabby patties, maybe loading up the live customs there a little bit. The new Harry Potter movie is called Hermione Granger. Is it really? They're very low pops, so the market really depends on what the guy wants to pay. Don't forget the gem packs went up. Yeah, the gem packs went up, everybody. Sadly. Level X cards are very niche. Viper, just sell your Level X to me. Looking for that Tifa show, some Magic the Gathering. You know, we oughta take a look at the prices on the Magic the Gatherings, get them all updated. That'd be nice. There's no Magic the Gathering slabby patties. Yeah, there's no Magic boosters in here because we haven't had a new set in a little while. Bing chilling. Mister, can I get your onion? Yeah, you can get my onion. Let me put that there. And let's grab another slabby patty. This one's going to be Gengar 8. Ooh, sweet. All right. Good. Yeah, that whole conversation about how to allocate money perfectly over your lifetime is super fascinating. The equation changes if you can change your income dramatically. So then you can definitely change your projections. Do you like French onion soup? I've had it before. It's okay. French onion soup is made out of it's called French onion stock, French onion soup, but it's actually made out of like chicken stock or beef stock. So how does that make any sense? And then yeah, they put a lot of onion in it. And then typically though, what makes it actually pretty good, they typically put cheese in it as well. So that's the real trick to French onion soup. All right, we do have an order here. Let's see what it is. Boop. You slab my Blockbuster card? You didn't order any VHS on it, right? No, sir. I haven't slabbed it, and I haven't ordered any VHS on it. But you know, I'm kind of waiting for Karis because she is going to encapsulate her drawings, and when she's done with that, I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask her if it's all good to go down there. Basically, it's like this. She's gonna be the one to update the computer and make sure the printer's all hot and ready. And so I'm a little lazy. I'm just waiting for her to do that. But no, I need to get that done. You're right. Yeah, I'm being a little lazy. All right, let's grab this. I sent for a celebrations pack. Aha, celebrations. Celebrations is very good right now because we've got the 30th anniversary celebrations coming out. And so I anticipate these will just go up and up and up and up and up over time. Let her slab it. I would. I don't know if she would want to. She might be like, that's not mine. She likes to encapsulate her own drawings. Yeah. All right. Here's Cosmoem. Gotta be careful not to drop those. Cosmoem, Palkia. I saw something back there. Ah, Zerny is looking great, man. Good pack. And a Pikachu. So if that Pikachu can grade 10, he's real expensive. Let's see what we got. He's not looking too bad. What do you think? All right, maybe a 10. Mister's ignoring me. Oh, what was his question? I spent 4K for my collection back in 2020. Now it's worth 40K, mostly level X. Should I sell or hold? Well, a lot of people are asking that question right now. Kind of like when crypto spiked and people probably wondered if they should sell that. It's just a gamble. There's no way to know. People probably sold in the year 2023 and 2024, and they were thinking, I better get out of here. Pokemon's not doing so well. And that turned out to be a massive mistake. So it's all about what you believe is going to happen in the future. Do you think Pokemon's generally going to move up, or do you think this is it for it? It peaked and now it's generally going to move down. What do you think? We are. You have to base your reasoning off of how you think consumers are going to behave. Ooh. All right, that's for you, Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert. That was a good pack. I thought that was actually pretty good. There we go. You know, we could do a celebrations pack split, couldn't we? There's only 4 cards in there, so that'd be a pretty pricey one, right? I want to base my reasoning off of Mister's reasoning. All right, yes, and so I do a lot of cheerleading for Pokemon. I always have. My reasoning comes down to this: uh, millennials are old enough to spend a lot of money on Pokemon now. Millennials and Gen Z are going to be the ones inheriting all the money, getting all the jobs, the boss jobs like CEO, business owner. Because what's going to happen is Gen X is going to retire, right? Gen X is retiring. The boomers are already retired. They're passing away. They're leaving inheritances behind. So Gen X did not care about Pokemon. They were too old for it. Some Gen X might care, but not too much. But mostly Gen X does not care. That's all of our parents. But the millennials care a lot. So the millennials are coming of age. And the question is, what is a millennial going to do after they buy the home that they want, the car that they want? They're already married. They've already got some retirement money. Maybe they have a lot of retirement money. When they've got cash to spend, leftover cash, what will millennials buy? Not more iPhones, because once you have one, you're pretty much done. They'll probably focus on having enough to retire. But let's say they inherited money, they have enough to retire. Well, then what? What if they're the CEO of a company and they're earning 6 million a year? What do they spend all that on? It could be fine art. That's what the boomers did. The boomers and Gen X bought fine art. It could be a second home, a third home, a fourth home. That's possible too. But I think it's going to be Pokemon because I think this is what I think gaming culture, video gaming culture, and the nerd factor and the nostalgia, all of that's going to be what people want. The millennials are going to want this. And so that was a good prediction I made. And I said that years ago. I based it also off of the fact that look at what baseball and sport cards did. Football, basketball, those all went for millions of dollars. And I said, could Pokemon do that? Of course, Pokemon can do that. Of course, because there's so many millennials that care more about video games than, baseball nowadays. And that's one of the big changes that occurred in society. And so when changes occur and you see something that's about to happen, you can place an expensive bet on it. And I did. I placed like all of my income into Pokemon. That's an expensive bet. And the bet won. It did very well. So I didn't have to do that. I could have been buying tons and tons of stock. I could have been buying tons and tons of crypto, which I did consider that, but I don't know. Ultimately, crypto didn't sell itself to me. Stock is okay, but it stock goes up at like 15%. We want better than 15%. Real estate, I actually did buy some real estate by keeping the blue house instead of liquidating it. But to be honest, if I had sold the blue house, I'd be doing better in Pokemon right now. So keeping the blue house, although it was a conservative move, that it was rational, it was reasonable, it was also a mistake because focusing more cards into Pokemon would have done better. So, but you can't think about that. You can't worry about what you did wrong. Six says 3 of the 151 journeys. You got it, Miss Six. All right, journey time. We got 3 right here, in fact. SpaceX is IPO. SpaceX IPO is market top. Yeah, we don't know what'll happen with that. Maybe it goes higher. I think a lot of people are probably treating it like a meme stock, like they're just speculating on it, whether it goes up or down. Here it is. Elon Musk is a cool guy, right? Like he's all like, we're gonna have robots everywhere, and I'm gonna have AI everywhere, and I've got Twitter, and I've got Tesla. So he's cool. He's got all these spinning plates, but just remember, if he goes away, does all of that collapse? And what is the profitability versus like what's the payout versus the actual cost of the stock? And when you look at those numbers, it just looks really rough. It is. But I mean, there's a lot of hype. A lot of people like him. So I think it's him that they're buying. They're not buying the performance of the company. They're buying Elon Musk. All right, Miss Six. Here we are. You're going to force me to take a look at the Journey Togethers next. I just found out when I was little, I was getting babysat and came back with a black eye and busted lip, and I don't remember any of this. Is Mr. Catnip? What? Are you saying when you were a baby you got beat up by the babysitter? His idea is that there will be data centers floating in space maintained by Optimus robots from a base on the moon. Insane. Yeah, he always says stuff like that. I think it sounds very good. It sounds very cool. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I believe all that. data centers in space. I mean, in theory, it could work if there was like a bunch of like solar panels on the station, I guess. But who puts those up there? How do they stay maintained? I don't know. It's tricky. Maybe like 20 years from now, but tomorrow, definitely not. I'm thankful he bought Twitter. He started the dive into corruption. Yeah. So he broke up the tech oligopoly that stopped you from being able to talk. And I think people appreciated that. And I think even the tech company leaders saw that and they said, wow, this is what the people want. And, so I think that there was a softening. We were actually talking about that in the daytime stream. There was a softening on the whole like censorship, Department of Truth. Here it is. Our our truth verifiers have determined that this is false. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was so crazy, man. That was like, that just felt like unreal, that kind of stuff. And they might still do it. I don't know if they still do it out there, but that was so very bad. Island SpongeBob. Here we go. Next 20 SpaceX is a narrative play. Yeah, I know. Okay, so this guy is $50. Wow. This PSA return was a whole bunch of nines, but a couple really valuable tens as well. So I guess I can't complain. I don't know. Guess I can't complain. China makes solar panels right now in space. It's not insane, totally plausible within the next 5 years. Well, I'm open minded to any new inventions that come about. All right, next up, Joshua Ramos shipping. Please use all my junk for Trade Slab. My brother will be sending you a message soon to ship his PSA 10 and ship me with my stuff. All right, so we need a trade slab then. How about hmm, can I get a signature confirmation with the shipping? Yes, that will cost an extra $3. How about this Pikachu? He seems kind of nice. Could do a really big trade break for a big item. Okay, there it is. I would move to the lake, but I don't like the future data center going to be built in the middle of the lake. That's not happening. Hold on. That was a simple proposal by a guy who bought a huge chunk of land out here. And the response to that was so harsh and so swift that the government changed the rules out here so that they couldn't build that data center for like 100 years. So the first thing they did is they passed a rule that said you just immediately cannot build a data center at all. And then they passed rules on like water usage and electricity usage that those rules are going to last like 100 years. And it made it super duper duper strict. All the things that a data center would need would not be like within access or reach of the Lake of the Ozarks. And then that guy basically got booed on every news channel and every podcast. He was booed to death. So the idea that he even proposed it's ridiculous. But now he's like the most hated person out here at this point. So let's see. And he's some tech guy who I guess grew up out here, but then he left and he succeeded in tech. And now he's saying we need a data center. No, you want a data center so you can make a bunch of money. Anyways, that's definitely not happening. He just proposed it too, by the way. It wasn't like a plan. He didn't have like investors. He just proposed it and then it got booed so awfully loud. Put this back. Kevin O'Leary is getting heat for the same thing. Yeah, we are, Mr. Joshua. Now you said use your junk. Do you have junk? You got these. Oh well, you got a Korean ARs. Maybe you would be interested in giving up something like that. Here's Hassel. He's not very good. Here's Blissey. Okay, you got some EXs. This is junk. This is junk. I don't know if you want these Gaifus. Yeah, it just depends on what you consider junk at this point. EXs, secret box. There's an EX. All right, so your EXs could be used. Keep all guy trainer. You're saying you want them or I should take them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? See, I don't know how to count the Korean cards. I really don't know what the value the Korean EX is at because I really don't care for them that much. They're just so unbelievably cheap that there's the only thing I can think to do with those is actually put them in junk packs. And we sell 15 cards for $3 in junk packs, so they're not terribly valuable to me. Same with these trainers. So the only thing I can think to do with these is stuff them into junk packs. All right. Keep them. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 250 to me. These things, 6, and this guy. So we got these 3 guys. All right. That's close to $5. I want to see if I missed one. Maybe did I miss any bronze or? I'm not going to take your Umbreon from you. I don't want to do that. You keep the Umbreon. I'm gonna leave the ant with you too. I'll probably just give you this. Just be nice. I don't care. So I would do $5 for this little packet here, but I don't feel like it's worth 5. There goes. Is there a big queue? Not at all. We're nice and caught up on the queue, so there is a very small queue. All right. Pikachu is the next trade break, everybody. If you want to jump in there, it's $5. Someone battle me. He says that's fine. Okay, that's very good. Someone battle me for a spot in the Naruto. So 6 wants a gym battle for a spot in the Naruto box break. That's a $20 gym break. 2 spots. $5. 1 in 6. Okay. How many bags do I got? You got a lot. You got a double ETB box and it's full. So you got lots, man. It's not the size that matters, mister. Uh-huh. There you go. That's what they say. Till it's time to choose a boyfriend. All right, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Trade. There it goes. Okay, I need a Gara. You need a Gara? This is going to say Joshua Ramos. More like Gara. There we go. There it is. Oops. This shall say a 1. All right. Pikachu's at 1. You can't see that it's at 1 because the marker's dead, but it is at 1. It's Major Pain. Hey, miss a chat long time ago. Hey, what's up, Mr. Sven? Sven, it's like you never left. How's it going, man? All right. So shipping, use my junk to trade for a slab. My brother will be sending you a message to ship his PSA 10 Ancient Mew with my stuff. 53 months? Mr. Get Weiss Blau for 6. Weiss Blau what? What Weiss Blau set do we need? All right, we have an order from Mr. Hawk. He says for back sort plus pre-grades and whatever's left. Whoa, that's a big order. All right, before we do that, let me check this queue as well. Let's check all the queues. Let's see where we're at. 6 says she'll take 3 more of the Journey 151s. November, last order, not good. Has it been that long? Wow, time flies, man. Well, it's nice to see you. Doesn't feel that long, Mr. Sven. What is that, like 7 months or something? It's like 8 months. We could have had a baby in that time, Sven. I still have a box on you. A box on you. You mean a box over here? Yes, you still have a box. That's right. All right. Snipping this. How's life going, Sven? Is life going well? Blech. Oops. Should I restock 151? What do you guys, let me repeat that. Should I restock 151 Surprise? What do you guys think of this set? Is this a restock set? Or is this a let 6 buy the rest of it kind of set? I always snap you. Ban Surge, he ships people Gordies. Yeah. Okay. Putting this back in here. Has the price from 151 go up? This price right here on this guy, we have not moved it up. I probably should go look. What do you think, Six? Should I go look at the price? Wait, Mister, the secret box trainer card you took in the trade is like $5. Okay, you can have that one back. Is it like a red card? What's the color of it? Here's Tangela. You know, it's crazy, you know, because if it's just a trainer card, I guarantee you that would have just ended up in a junk pack. Because I just put the trainers in there to get rid of them. It is. Okay, no crazy one, Six. Putting this here. $8. Yeah, it was a pink card. All right, you can have it back. I take the pink cards and I stuff them into stuff like the junk packs. So, where would it have gone? Up here, maybe? Let's see. What was it called? Secret box? All right, secret box it is. All right. Ooh. And your baggie is over here. Now, you wanted the signature on the shipping too, right? I'm waiting for your brother to send in that order. Let's see. Yes, mister, I have a new home and a baby incoming. Wow! Congratulations, man. I got to get a baby. Let's see. And now it is Mr. Hawk's turn for bag sorts and pre-grades. You got it, man. Ready? Whoa. So these are your junk pack cards. You got a lot of them. I presume there's nothing in here to grade, but that's technically not true. But I don't know. I don't know if I would set any of it aside. I guess it's just okay to quickly, briefly run through it. Like that, you could grade a Chibi Mothman. I think, oh, look, there it is. See, I just put them in the junk packs. All right. Ooh, yeah, just junking these, right? Oh, there's a Rick and Morty card. It's kind of cool. South Park's actually legit. I actually will be pulling the South Park out to consider that for grading. Okay, so South Park will be pulled out. Any of those South Parks grading 10 would be a big hit. Any poker cards or anything like that as well. Sometimes we put a little poker cards in there. All right. Mr. Six said ban me because I didn't send enough Gordies. All right, you got it. So here's baggie number 2. Hawk Camacho. We're making a hits baggie for Mr. Hawk. Whoa, holy mommy. Here's okay, you got your stamp card. That's nice. Okay. You got your hollows. Those are important to investigate. We already pre-graded this one. I'll put it in your hits bag though. Okay. The creepy doll, the creepy ass doll. What's in here? So yeah, a couple more junk packs and the boys. But it doesn't look like you have a the boys hit in there. All right. So that's the upper box, the upper echelons. Put that there. Grab a box number 2. We're real close to 40 likes, guys. Take a second, smash that like button. Let's get to 40. Yo, there are Goosebump cards. Talk about bringing me back to my childhood. I was never a book reader, but I read every Goosebump book. We have one pack left. It's $10 if you want to try it. This is a promo. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, there you go. There's a hit. All right, we got a hit. Good. Ah, here we go. We got some of the boys stuff. All right, numbered card, lenticular. Ooh. Oh, that's a definite grade. All right, so there's some of the boys hits. Good. When I get home, I'm gonna customize a box and send it to you. Like an ETB box. That'd be funny. And here's, let's see. Maybe I should offer that as something. So see like a chunk of cards like this. Well, anything you want, by the way, you can trade in for spots in that trade slab. Like this, you can get rid of. Oh, this is already graded. Go lurk. Star U. These Gengars are pretty serious business. Garganical. Captain Pikachu is pretty serious. I don't know if you're going to grade Minecraft. I don't usually get requests for that. Yeah, that's pretty gradable. Wigglytuff, like the Wigglytuff. That's good. That's tops. All right, and there's more of the boys. I already like the stream 26 times. Yo, there are Goosebump cards. Talk about. I already read that. Okay, here we go. What's this? What's this? We're getting some Powder Puff Girl cards soon. Okay, we got a whole chunk of hollows. So those are Korean hollows. And this is a whole chunk of hollows. Good. Tapu Koko, Zacian, Mamoswine, all tradable stuff. Furret, Lycanrot, Noibat, Reshiram. That goes there. I like him, but he's not really that expensive. Maybe we'll put that there. We'll put that there. That one's definitely solid. Okay. All right. Yeah, the Korean cards are so cheap, man. It's like a good thing, but at the same time, it can be bad for like grading. Do you eat breakfast before you go to bed? Oh, I already read that a while back. Wait a second. Do I actually? Oh no, it showed up on my phone first before it showed up on the iPad screen. That was so confusing. There it is. All right. Do I eat breakfast before I go to bed? No, I go to bed, and I very carefully do not eat anything because I don't want any tummy aches. No, but lately, after that whole event where I choked on stomach acid going down my windpipe, I am terrified of that happening twice because it was so painful and it gave me a chronic cough right afterwards. So we gotta be super careful not to do that twice. So I really do avoid eating anything. So let's put these all into one bag. That was pretty freaking painful. Terrible. Yes. There we go. Good. All right. Toss this up here. Now, if I bought you a case and shipped, would you break it for me? Oh, are you saying you want to buy yourself something and then you send it in to me and then I open it live for you? Is that what you're saying? All right, what we got? People have asked me to do that, but I kind of just say no. Here's Furret, Lycanroc, Noibat, Reshiram. We got the Tops cards. We got Guru. It's kind of like bringing your own food into a movie theater. Here's Wigglytuff. Maybe it was like if it was like some exceptionally rare item, I think I'd say yes to that. All right, so let's pick something that you actually should pre-grade, right? Let's get to it. This would be nice to pre-grade. Pikachu. I like him. This is already pre-graded. No, no. I don't know how to pre-grade that. This does not matter. The grade on this does not matter. No matter what, just send this out. Let's see. Tinkaton. These are pretty good to pre-grade. That's a good one. Yeah, not a big rush on those. Probably put these two in there. I'd like to pre-grade this, but you'd have to snip it. Actually, we can see it from the front right here. It's off center on the left. The Gengars. All right, there you go. So that's a bag sort he sent in for bag sort. Aspirations are scary. Yeah, it was really insane. It was exceptionally painful because it was stomach acid. It was like I just had to sit there while the stomach acid burned through my skin because it was digesting my skin, the inside of my throat, inside of my windpipe, I mean. And all I could do is sit there and let it happen. You can't like drink water into your windpipe, you know? So you couldn't clear it out. You couldn't wipe it out. There's nothing you could do. The only thing you could do is cough a lot, which I did. Now here's Gengar. Ready? If I bought you a case and shipped out, would you break it for me? Obviously, yeah. Deal, tummy. Let's see. Did you try drowning? Drowning might work. Drowning could have been the trick that I needed. This is gonna get a 9. This is a 9. That's a 9. Okay. So we have a print line on the back here. And on this one, we have a print line here. So both of these failed. Too bad. Those are Chinese Gengars. Here's Korean Doggy Bark. That's thin on the bottom. I didn't even need to unsleeve that one. Okay, that one's going to be 9. Thin on the bottom. Okay. Go. Now, here's the Meowth. Okay, let's see. This one's better. All right. So we'll just give this a quick 10. I think that one's good. Here's the Avengers. Do you have any pricey slabs available? I think we're going to have some pricey slabs available, but yeah, we like added this card, for example, and then there was that Pokeball that guy added. So the back of the card's off center. The question is it too off center to get a 10? It might be too off center to get a 10. All right, so I'll zoom in. Thin on the left. I think it's pretty borderline. Yeah, I think that's borderline. I think that it's probably still got a shot at the 10. You can see it at the bottom, too. I'm going to say 10 on this one. Weiss cards often do grade 10. Here's Groudon. It has lips, and it has white dots. That's out. Nope. 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 All right, these all fail. I'm just going to give them X, 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 X. So they're not going to get a 10. I'm not going to give them like a 9 or an 8 or anything like that. It's just, I didn't look at them that long to decide if they have a shot at a 9. None of them will grade 10. And now Pikachu. What's the name of the Pokeball slab again? Rocket's Pokeball. Ooh, well, the back of the cards. Oh, that's good. It's got a print line. Not only does it have a jagged edge, it's got a print line in it, so it's going to be 9. All right, Pikachu 9. One of these days, I'm going to write directly on the card by accident like an idiot. All right, so there it is. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9. There you go. So maybe these two right here. There you have it. You got a bunch of grades. You got a bunch of bag sorting. Thank you so much, Mr. Hawk. Mr. Hawk, he's been the big buyer this week. Really appreciate it, man. All right. Black Deck First Edition Pokeball. That's right. Last sold for 700 in March. Really rare card, too, by the way. I've gone ahead and listed one on eBay, and we're going to keep one over here. Here it is. So there he is. He looks wonderful. That is a Pokeball with Team Rocket on the front. I'm not surprised it's sold. Super, super, super big aura on that card. Here's Mr. Hawk for the trade spot for 6. Oh, here goes 6. Okay, 6 gets a free spot. We'll say from Hawk. All right, here it is, 6. That's going to be 2. Good. So Joshua's paid for shipping. And then here's Mr. Abraham Ramos. And he's going to say, please ship my PSA 10 Ancient Mew with Joshua Ramos. And then here's Joshua. He said, for signature confirmation. All right, it's looking good. Let's get this label made. Okay. Let's go over here. Well, I'm sleepy, man. Abraham. Oh, no. Joshua Ramos. Okay. And now we're going to lower the weight. I don't think it's very heavy, right? You don't have a lot of slabs, do you, Mr. Joshua? All right, we're adding the signature confirmation, which costs $4, not $3. Oops. Don't worry, I'll just cover the last dollar. And then let's get it updated. Does Abraham Ramos have a bag that needs to ship? Is he all good on the bag front? Ugh. Mr. Ahmad Arabi. That guy's nice. I know what we could do with our free time. If we have an empty part of the stream, we can make a bunch more of those booster packs. Adam Smith, huh? We got an Adam Smith, the father of economics. No bag for Abraham? Okay, cool. Oh, a little Erica card in there. That's cute, I guess. I'll toss it into this bag. Here's an Adrian V bag. Just a bag. Don't mind about me. Put that away. All right, here it is. Big expensive label. So now we have to leave a note for Miss Alexis. It's going to say, and Abraham Ramos. She'll be back on Monday, so that's when it'll be going out. All right, so it's got Joshua's name on it and Mr. Abraham's name on it. That's how she will know to get the other slab. Good. Let's turn off the signature confirmation so I don't forget to do that, because if I forget to do that, everyone's going to get shipping confirmation. No, the signature confirmation. Now, whew, let's hit refresh. I like this music that's playing now. Now we've got Miss Six. She says, oh, before we go any further, let's throw that donation down. Hey, I noticed we got 40 likes. I'm going to go ahead and activate the giveaway since we hit 40 likes. Donations. Okay. Mr. Hawk goes to 1, 1, 2. There we go. Now, what is the giveaway tonight? I do believe it's the Mr. Arabi giveaway. Is it? Ah, here it is. Ta-da! So we're gonna hit refresh and next and next and done. All right, so that's all set up. And now you can type in his name, ARABI, and that will get you a spot in the giveaway. Now here's Miss Six with 3 more of the 151 journeys. You got it, Miss Six. Tonight's stream was definitely not as busy as that daytime stream, man. That daytime stream was nuts. There we go. I think the Calumet by himself spent like $2,000 almost, man. It was real crazy. Here's Tangela. Felt like it. Ooh, Aerodactyl. And Aerodactyl. Whoa, whoa, wee, whoa. All right. Thank you very much. So this is for Miss Six. Boop. Popping this in here. Here's Mr. Sven. 2 live custom boosters and 10 Pokey Shuffles. You got it. Let's see if you get lucky. Ah, the good old Pokey Shuffles and the live customs. You ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, 2 live customs. Were you here when we changed these? We changed it so that they work like a shuffle. We got Minchino in pack number 1 and Mulan in pack number 2. Okay, no luck there. Cold pulls. There we go. Good. And now the Pokey Shuffles. Ah, good old Pokey Shuffles. You know these. So since you ordered 10 of them, you get 1 for free. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's number 11. 1, 2. Ah, Old Maid Deoxys. Cool. And Gengar. Ooh, double hit. Okay, so bad in the live customs, but maybe good in the Pokey Shuffles. Now, were you here when we introduced rerolls? You maybe weren't here yet for that. Basically, if you don't like your card, you can re-roll it for 90% of its value. So if you don't like a card, you can say, I'd like to re-roll it at, you don't have to tell me at 90%. It's just always 90%. It's actually not a perfectly 90%. That's not the way we do it. We have like a system where we remove a spot. So there's the Gengar. So for example, this guy would re-roll for $20. And here's the Deoxys. This guy would re-roll for $35. So you can keep them or re-roll them, but you have to make a decision. A lot of people just keep, but if you got a card that you don't like it, you can re-roll. But if you re-roll and miss, you'll feel bad. But sometimes you re-roll and get a big hit. So it just depends. Just keep them. All right, sounds good. Mr. Sven. It's nice to see you again, Sven. It sounds like life's going by, huh? Sounds good. Okay. Good. I still have my 2024 Gengar from you. Nice. Yeah, any Pokemon cards you held over time probably went up in value. Now, you have this card here, which should go into your bag. Tag is more asking in Netherlands. More asking? Oh, you're saying it sells for more in the Netherlands. What do you have in your bag, by the way? You got some cards in your bag? You got some little bit of vintage. Oh, this looks like it was back when we had the those cheap $25 vintage packs or whatever they were. Wow, that was cool, man. What do you got in here? Some Tangela Bonita Venusaur. Wow, I like your bag. We're gonna toss this free poker card in, or the poker card you pulled with your live custom. I got a box on you too, mister. A box? Let's see what this is. What's in here, Mr. Sven? Ooh, there's a lot of dust in here. Scaring me. I'm gonna start sneezing. You know how the dust treats me. That's a nice little Gyarados there. Little Olu, cute. Cool. I don't know what I have. You got some old cards, huh? Here's a little pop-up card. I think I have more of those somewhere. Some Star Wars. You open a little Star Wars. Some XY era. Ooh, some nice XY era. That's kind of cool. Houndstone, Gengar, and a little Hoppip. All right, cool, man. Just thought you might have fun looking at some of that. Ooh, tops. Yeah. Look at that. It says 823, 424, 124. Damn. Oh, it's gonna make me sneeze, man. All right. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. Yes. Yeah, the sneeze definitely triggers not coughing. The dust triggers sneezing. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Cool, man. I drank all that. I drank all that drink. Here's Mr. JC, one box of solo leveling. So these are not what I thought they were. These are solo leveling box. This is solo leveling version 1, volume 1. That's the word I'm looking for. And so I don't even know if that's what I actually ordered and if he messed up my order. So let me go back to my purchase history. All right. Boom. What do we got? Oh, that is what I ordered. All right. If you would like them for $65 a box, I would go ahead and do that if you'd like them. What are you thinking? Are you here, Mr. JC? I don't know if he's here. It's pretty early in the morning. Actually, it's not that bad of a time for you. It's like 11 for you, isn't it? It's more like lunchtime. So yes, these were not volume 3 like I thought they were. They were volume 1, but I will still consider $65 per box. We have just the 2 boxes right here. I got a full ETB on you, I think. Yeah, so there's a lower half to that box. I just didn't feel like dragging it out. Almost lunchtime for me. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Lunchtime. Mm, mm, I think he knows it was volume 1. Pretty sure he does. Because I showed it on screen earlier. I'm worried if I open it, he will be like, "Oh, I thought it was volume 3." See, I think he's watching. Boy, I think I just saw a book go by. I think I saw something flash. Let me pull this back. Yeah, it's pretty early for us in the US. There's some viral videos out right now of people coming over from Europe and they're checking out the United States right now for the what do they call it? The World Championship. What do they call the soccer tournament? I don't even know. That's how little I know about soccer. Isn't that funny? The World Cup. I was gonna say World Tour, and I knew that wasn't right. And so I was like, what the heck are we even hosting? FIFA. Yes, the World Cup. Isn't that funny? I don't watch it. I know it's very popular in Europe, kind of like how our NFL football over here is popular, but it's a totally different game. But yeah, it's I'll go ahead and open this. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You're seeing a lot of people giving their takes or their opinions on the United States. I'm in PA right now. I guess they're hosting stuff here in Kansas City and St. Louis as well. It's very interesting the way they set it up so that it's kind of being hosted all over the United States, Mexico, and Canada. There's a game tomorrow near me. I'm not looking forward to it. Is it going to generate a bunch of traffic? There's a World Cup meal at McDonald's, LMAO. Is there? That's cool. But yeah, it just kind of happened all of a sudden. Like I wasn't really paying attention to it all. And then one day it's like, here it is. The World Cup's coming up. Like, what? A lot of traffic. Yeah. Anyways, it's kind of fun watching people from another country come in and comment on like Buc-ee's or like Walmart or Taco Bell. I saw a family eating Chick-fil-A. They're like, ooh, there you go. Tossing this. They can't believe Bucky's because it's so gigantic. I think sometimes us Americans can't believe it. I went to a Bucky's for the first time. You got Sung Jin Woo. I went to a Bucky's for the first time, what was it, like 2 years ago? And I was like, damn, dude, that's a lot of gas stations. Well, since it's every 4 years, it's quite a special occasion. Oh, it's every 4 years. Wow. Yeah, that's a longer pause than it is for American football. American football, it's once per year. It is. I wonder, why did you guys set it up that way? 4 years? 4 years, that's like half a decade. I mean, your players are getting older. Your actual players can go from like 25 to 29 or 29 to 33 pretty fast. They're going to like age out before they can win 3 times or something. We are. It's like the Olympics. Is the Olympics every 4 years? We are. Ooh, Sung Jin Woo. There you go. I wonder why they chose to host it in the United States. I think Americans don't even understand how popular football is in the entire world. The World Cup for football is the most watched event by far in the whole entire world. Well, I've heard about it. I've had it. I know that football is very, very, very popular in places like the UK and Germany and France. So I've definitely heard about people going nuts over it, but I just never really watched it. But it's not because I hate football. I don't watch American football that much either. I don't watch baseball. I don't watch pretty much any sports. Here's Sung Jin. Ooh, there's the storm. Wow, that was loud. It is. Yeah, we were given a weather warning out here in Lake of the Ozarks. We're given a weather warning for potential tornadoes. That was probably why the power blinked for a minute earlier at the beginning of the stream. I didn't know how big it was until I moved to Switzerland. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Summer Olympics is every 4 years. Winter Olympics is every 4 years. But in between summer and winter is 2 years. So the Olympics is every 2 years basically, and it's rotating between winter and summer. That's so I guess that's interesting. I don't know. How do you handle tornadoes? I've never experienced it in Europe. Yeah, so a lot of Americans didn't realize that tornadoes are kind of like exclusively an experience in America. It's kind of like a hurricane. It's a natural disaster. And I live in an area where we get them pretty badly. And so you just kind of cross your fingers that it's not you. But American homes are built with these cement basements. And if a tornado's hitting you, you have to run into the basement. So you have like an escape route into a tornado resistant part of your home. It must be terrifying. I've lived in a tornado area of my whole life and I've never been hit by one. So I actually don't know how terrifying it is. Here it is, Mr. Jonathan Cham. You've got Golden He. All right, let's find your bag. Ooh, let's see. Oh, wait. Do we give you your own box? I feel like our tornado is like other countries' wars. Oh, here we are. Well, if you've ever experienced earthquakes, tsunamis, um, maybe forest fires, out of control fires, whatever it is you might experience, it's a natural disaster. Do you guys get hurricanes? I don't even think they get hurricanes in Europe, do they? They're like too far north for hurricanes. You got to be in the south for hurricanes. Um, what kind of natural disasters does Europe experience? Yeah, I'm not sure. You guys, I don't. Maybe you're not in a big natural disaster zone. I'm not sure because America gets hurricanes too. Don't jinx yourself, Mister. I mean, if it happens, it happens. 10 more pokey shuffles, Mister Sven, going deep. You got it, man. All right. Been a while, huh? All right. The 2022 tournament gathered around 5 billion viewers, and the final alone gathered 1.5 billion viewers. 1, 2, 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, it's very rare to get a hurricane, probably flooding from storms. Illegal storm over at Europe. All right, let's flip it over. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. No, it's a cold round this time, Mr. Sven. Cold round. Sorry, man. That sucks. Hey, Sven, let me toss you into this new thing. So we have this new thing called the second chance. Here it is. So this is the second chance break. And you can't buy into the second chance break. You can only be placed in there if I determine you had bad luck. But I'd love to put you in there for fun. Ooh, those are, that's not a boat I saw. That was a lightning flash. That's what's going on. We're getting storms out here right now. So here it is. It's called the second chance break. It goes off at the end of the month. Usually it's like $100 slab. And so now we're going to put you in there. Hello. That's pretty cool, man. The World Cup and all that. Yeah. In Western Washington, we're waiting for the big earthquake that is supposed to be overdue. Yeah. Yeah. When are we going to get like a new end of the world kind of thing? Like, when are we going to get? I'm tired of waiting for it. You know, I hate the waiting is the worst part. When are we going to get like a end of the world volcano eruption or something like that? Ooh, fresh back from PSA Mega Venusaur Evolutions. Look at that, guys. Wow. Cool, man. Okay. All right. Popping this up here. Feels like a heavy slab, too. That's so cool. All right. LMAO, Cali's the same. Yeah, didn't California have like a really deadly earthquake in like the 80s or the 90s or something? Now, we're going to say evolutions Venusaur 2. Oops, I typed in 3. We're going to say 2. Oh, 1989, and everything became earthquake proof. Yeah, so it did a bunch of damage, and then they started building back with the assumption that earthquakes will return one day. I think I saw a documentary on that. It was really sad. Ooh, man, there's a lot of thunder out there right now. So I can't find any. Oh, because I typed in PSA 9. That's why. All right, PSA 10. And now we all go, it's just an earthquake. Guess that's a good way to live. All right, so this lovely Venusaur shall go straight into the Pokey live customs. That's probably annoying, but the live customs desperately needs a restock on slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a nice little card, and we need cards in the live customs real bad. We're gonna say number 2, M Venusaur, and it's gonna say P10. Tempted to sell this one for a little more. Wait, let me look at the age of this one real fast. Oh no, it's comparable. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say if it was XY card that was graded a long time ago, those were graded with a much lower standard than the one they're doing now. So we have a more recently graded one, which I think is more impressive. Just now getting back to the hotel. Yeah, that's kind of cool, man. Living in a hotel. There it is. There we go. I live in a nice house, but I get tired of living here. There you go. Oops. All right. Living in a nice house at my age kind of sucks because no one my age owns a house like this. Karis and I have no kids, work very hard, have decent paying jobs. And so we were able to buy a house that mostly only old people buy. And so no one our age lives in this neighborhood. And it is pretty lonely. Okay, grab this. Unless you want to be friends with like grandma and grandpa. 5 Origins, sir. Yeah, 5 Origins? That sounds good, man. I think we're opening a fresh box of that. Yeah, it feels pretty dang lonely. Here's Lugia Rises, Sponge Babadoo, and that's a consign. Suppose we can bring this guy up front. I basically live out of a suitcase. What? I could live that way, man. I love not having too many belongings. All right. Pokemon cards excluded, of course. But I mean like other stuff like clothing and shoes and all that kind of stuff. I love living with very few belongings. All right, we just received the order and it is for 5 of the Riftbound Origins. You're going to get that. Let's pop a box open. All right. This guy's pretty cool. 365 though, huh? That's pricey. No big movement on the breaks tonight, huh? Ghastly, Snorlax. Tossing that. I've been to like 30 different states last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that sounds cool. Did you learn anything from them? Like, did any of the states leave a big impression on you? Ready? Here goes. Mr. Anthony. Snip number 1. People need to start buying into the Ghastly. Yeah, let's get that Ghastly moving, man. He's a cool one. Snipping on this. Good. Oops. What do you think was your favorite state? I'm always curious about people's takes on all that kind of stuff. So there it is. The Ghastly's at 2 out of 13. The Snorlax is at 1 out of 10. So we have had some movement on those, but not very fast, not very heavy movement. What do we have here? We've got Arena Bar, Mage Seeker Warden, Falling Star. We've got Chemtech Enforcer, Udyr, Thousand-Tailed Watcher. California has good food, but everything else sucks. Yeah? What does that mean, everything else sucks? You mean like what in particular didn't you like about it? There it is. You like the housing or something or the roads? I like Oregon or Washington. Arizona is too crowded. Arizona is? Arizona's too crowded? There are 2 of these hollows. Maybe you were there in a particularly crowded area. I mean, Arizona's kind of large, isn't it? Of course, everyone's probably squeezed into the same couple of cities. The Fent Zombies. No! Did you watch USA play football today? I did not. No, I did not. Cali too crowded. Tossing this. Are you ready? One last pack. What do we got in the last pack? We've got, ooh, what's that? Herald of the Arcane. Ooh, that looks cool. And Seal of Discord. Ooh. Set that there. And Herald of the Arcane, huh? So California was crowded. Arizona was crowded. Here's Tasty, Tryndamere. I'm not missing any, am I? Nope, looks like they're here. Here's Falling Star. PA is pretty nice. PA, that's Pennsylvania. Put this over here. What is that? PA? Pittsburgh. My favorite state I've been to is Pennsylvania. Tons of Amish people. Feels like a whole nother world. Tossing that. All right. So, Mr. Anthony, let's find your bag. I probably started you a new one. Aha, very good. Aha, very good. You've got 2 right here. Well, no, that's Anthony Rodriguez. Okay. Looked a little similar, didn't it? My eyes are getting old. I got old eyes. Florida has top-notch shrimp. I've eaten at a couple buffets in Florida. They're pretty good. I ate at this one buffet with like endless oysters. And I ate tray. They came on these little metal trays. And I ate tray after tray after tray of them. And it was just kind of like a fun experience. That was the last time I enjoyed eating raw oysters. I had raw oysters out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and they were these large oysters. They were actually pretty big. Like, oh, it's raining really hard. Like you got to eat them in a couple bites. And what I learned is when you actually have to taste the oyster and it's not drowned in sauce and it's not just a little booger, it's a big booger that you got to really chew. Horrifying. I love seafood and it was still so gross. Terrible tasting. All right. Don't recommend. Oysters are good when they're very small and you got them with sauce. The sauce basically blocks the how would you even describe it? It's like a zesty, irony, just like a dirty saltwater flavor, like a kitchen sink flavor. Yeah, it's like a kitchen sink flavor. Yeah. Oysters taste like a dirty kitchen sink. Seafood down here in Rhode Island is made the best. Mamma mia. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, man, it's raining really hard. Here's Squirtle. Here's Inevitable Betrayal. Here's Venomoth. Here's Goblin Bombardment. And oh, look. Did you guys remember? Here it is. So here it is. So Dark Houndoom and Houndour has been put into Slab away, but you can get just the Houndour if you'd like. That's what remains. Okay. Now, what do we have here? I'm going to hit refresh. Alexio Alvarez. Hey, mister, I have a bag, 8 Ascending Heroes. All right, you got it. Well, looks like we're finally going to have to open a new case of the Ascended Heroes for sure. No avoiding it this time. One of the best-selling items. So we'll open this box. Don't forget to mention sequential and sequential. Yeah, that's actually a really cool combo you got there. There we go. Comes out of a really expensive product that you can't even find anymore. Yes. All right. Now, I shall go get some more Ascended Heroes. I shall return. I think Kitty's in here. Kitty, what are you doing? You can't be there, Kitty. Kitty thinks she's just going to hang out with us, huh? Now, you're probably going to chew the wires or something. Look at her. Oh, she's immediately chewing the wire. You get out of here, Kitty. Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Ugh. There we go. You guys want to see her? Watch. Whoa. Kitty. Kitty. Okay. Whoa. She wants down. We're going to get you out of here. You can't be in here, Kitty. Nope. Come on. Come on, Kitty. Yeah, go play over here. I think she kind of understands she's not supposed to be in here. She knows like she's going to get kicked out. She's just kind of waiting. All right, there we go. She's a cute cat. She's very rambunctious. Kind of feel bad for her because she has no other cats to play with. So she's just kind of stuck around bumming in a home. Real quiet home where nothing happens. All right. There we go. JC says, open them, please. Whoa, that's a delayed response. Sounds good, Mr. Jonathan. We already did open them. There it goes. Okay. And one more round. So this is the next box of Ascended Heroes. You know, I'm thinking of doing a big restock on Ascended because, I mean, like a real big restock, because this is the product that sells. Kind of makes sense. It's got a Trikachu in it. It's got a Gengar in it. It's got a Dragonite in it. It's got a Mewtwo in it. And then it's even got a Golden Charizard in it. So it's like, you know, it's got all the stuff. So of course it's doing well. So maybe we should be building a backstock of this. However, I also feel really confident they're going to keep reprinting it, right? We're going to get like in a year from now, we're going to get like the premium collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somebody tell Mr. Jonathan Cham he's actually like behind in the stream or something, and that we already opened it. I think he's really far behind in the stream. All right, here goes Mr. Alexio. Ready? I'm in the middle of work. He doesn't know he's behind on the stream by like 20 minutes. Let's snip this. Yep. And we're going to grab this. Thanks, guys. All right. And we're going to snip this. So this is for our friend Alexio Alvarez. Thank you, Alexio. Boink. Now, we've got Honchkrow, Kangaskhan. Ooh. Here's Numel. Look at that Numel. It's Numel. Boop. Okay, nice Numel. Iona's belly bolt. Get in my belly. Good. Swirlix Zekrom. Fan Rotom. Boss's Orders. So many Boss's Orders cards out there. Hey, it's Javier. I'm starting to really like Numel, especially the artworks. Yeah, Numel's great. And here's Snowrunt Mandibuzz. I fell asleep. What? You can't just sleep. And here's Terrapagos. All right, it was all for you, Mr. Alexio. One Numel out of the whole round. That's rough, man. Here, I'll toss you this Ghastly too, okay? Sound all right? All right, oops. All right. Here we go. Now, what do we have you bag? Okay, Alejandro, Alicia, Alex, Alejandro, new bag maybe? Alan Boudon. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. Shoot, man, it's like 6:19 over there, huh? It's time for me to go to bed, guys. Are we making you a new bag? I feel like we're making you a new bag, aren't we? New bag time. All right. Very good. What? I didn't have any corn. What? There you go. We were talking a little bit about corn in one of these streams, or like the last stream. My question was for the audience. This is the first like generation of humans that have basically grown up with computers in their hand, and the computer has like pretty advanced adult content. And my question is, how does that change society? Like, does it improve society? Does it make us worse? Like, what are the effects of all of society having access to all that all the time? There you go. 3 joints turn into 12 joints, then burritos. What? It's World Cup. It literally the world takes part in it. Nice. Seeing that the government of Japan getting strict into investing the Yakuza connections and criminal network using Pokemon cards. All right, so let's click on this. The jacuzzi. I like jacuzzis. Here's Javier. All right, let's see. Mister, I was saying the line from Austin Powers. What? I didn't have any corn. That's a terrible. That's a really gross scene. All right, Javier says 5 ascended heroes and 2 live costumes. All right. Let's see. That's a good line. A 1, 2, 3. I left a little rosebud in there for you. 1, 2. You really are a fat bastard. Oh, you just pulled a $25 Charizard out of your pack. So this is, I can't remember what set this is from. There you go. So that is a nice Charizard. Do you guys remember that was originally in the Pokemon binder, but nobody joined the binder. So I went ahead and just placed him into a live custom because he's such a nice card. I wanted to give one out. And now your other poll, could it also be a hit? No, this card's not a hit. All right. Very good. Dang, true, Timmy. He's far back. We were talking about the World Cup like 15 minutes ago. You know, he's probably not going to see you saying that because he's probably peeling potatoes, some potatoes. Now, 5 ascended heroes. Let's get them. Ready? Ooh. Feeling this. 1 little, 2 little, 3 ascended heroes. 4 little, 5 little, 6 ascended heroes. Okay, 3 of these. Grabbing this. Snipping all these up. Oh, I see the sun coming up. You know what that means, guys. It's time. Time to wrap it up. Put that there. Time for Tammy to get some Z's. She can't be up watching all of us all night long. She's got important things to do in the morning. Like get stuck in the World Cup traffic. There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Snipping this. It's high noon. Yeah. Snipping this. And snipping this. Okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, we got Carbink. Look at that Carbink. Ooh, lovely looking. I think you've pulled a couple of those. It's a good looking artwork. Cramorant. Cram it. Victory Bell. Come on, bro. Give us a good one. Ooh, Pikachu. Pikachu's also another reason why this set's so good. You got a Pikachu holo and a Rayquaza holo in this set. Yeah, it's a pretty good set, isn't it? Here's Mad Cargo, and there's a Psyduck in this set. Yeah, the holos are actually pretty good. All right, 1 Carbink, a Psyduck, and a Pikachu. There you have it. All right, cool, man. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Will you make another market video? Where do we move from here? Like, I'm honestly lost for words. Pokemon has me creating generational wealth just buying what I love. Yeah, obviously that can't last forever, right? All right. The question is, when does it slow down? Did it already slow down? Does it ever crash? There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Are people bored of it? Or is this just the beginning of something new for society, like an event? What do you think? You think people are bored of going to collecticons? Do you think people are bored of trading cards When you were a kid and you traded Pokemon cards, it was boring because, I don't know, your card was worth like $25. As an adult, having a card that could be worth $150,000 or $1,000,000, that's not boring. You know, that is no longer boring. Also, what happens as PSA continues to grade millions upon millions upon millions of graded slabs, and Pokemon just keeps printing billions of Pokemon cards all the time? What happens? When does it reach a breaking point? And will it reach a breaking point? I think it will. I think there'll be a point where the market cools off, it'll be a bear market, and, we're gonna test and see what's really collectible, and you might be surprised by the answer too. You might think that what you thought was collectible was actually junk, and what you thought was gonna be junk is actually collectible. So, there'll probably be surprises along the way. I think the network of businesses that are all into, like, selling and trading Pokemon cards, those aren't going away. Like, I think some of the large businesses that you see, they aren't just businesses. These are guys who like to collect and they like to work on their inventory. So these guys themselves will just keep doing that, kind of like what I'm doing. And will we see more companies like League of Legends join the fray? And that's going to increase the amount of cards available too. So there will be this point where a collectible will really be looked at and it's like, well, there's a lot of it. Is it actually collectible? So there's still time for a crash. And a lot of that's really, in my opinion, not just going to depend on the cost of living, but how the stock market performs and just like, do any big disasters occur? Because we just kind of been floating on a good stock market and, people are feeling like, hey, it can only go up from here, which is not true. And, markets go up and then they go down. That's how it really works. Overall, they might go up, which I think that'll happen, sure. But we've just been on this hot run for a while and might be time for it to cool off at some point. And again, like everything can't be collectible. Like this energy card can't be a collectible. It defeats the concept of rarity. So at some point, there's going to be, like 100 million graded Pokemon cards, and people will be dumping them on the market because they got medical bills and they got to go someplace or they want to go to Disneyland. Their car is broken, their kid is sick. So, they'll start getting dumped on the market. All right. So, did I take care of Joshua Ramos, by the way? We were waiting for his label to print, right? Oh, right. So, we did get that label. It needs to go in his bag. How do you leave the fear behind and keep buying in this market? I don't know. The same way I did before. I was buying cards in 2021 before it crashed. And one of my big mistakes in 2021, I bought Crystal Charizard. I tell this story. I bought this card. Where'd he go? So I bought this card I think it was 2021. And if you recall, Bitcoin hits a high in November in that year, and then it crashes real bad. And it takes the stock market down with it, and it takes Pokemon cards down with it too. There it is, 8/21, just before the crash, just before November. So I buy this for 21,000. It's a lot of money. I actually pulled out a loan to buy that. And I was telling Karis at the time, I told her, all these little cards are cute, but I think it's going to be about you should have a couple truly, grail cards. And I said, well, what's a true grail card? It's got to be Skyrish Charizard because it's like there are no Skyrish boxes left. There's none left to grade. So I bought them, and you know what happened? It did crash. And this card went all the way down to 15,000. And he stayed there for like 2 years almost. So he fluctuated, but he was 15,000. I think one went for 13. And I was looking at it going, not only did I not make money on my purchase of Skyrish Charizard, I lost like I didn't even want to tell Karis. I was like, I can't tell her that I'm losing money on my card investments. That's going to be sad. But for 2 years in a row, I could have just bought like crypto. I could have bought stocks. I could have paid my house down with the exact same money. I could put $20,000 toward my home and escaped 7% interest on 20,000. But I didn't do that. I bought this stinky guy. And now we're in 2026 and I look like a genius. So I bought this guy at the height of the greed, apparently lost a bunch of money on him in 2023, 2024. And now he's $100,000 card and I look like a genius. So, it is difficult. How can any of us know what happens next? There's no way to know. You just have to guess what consumers are going to do. If you make the right guess and allocate your capital appropriately, you'll be rich. If you guess wrong, you won't be rich. So I hope that we all guess the right direction. Do you consider yourself lucky or a genius? So here's how I tell people this is how I describe it because I did have one guy get kind of angry and call me lucky once, like it was an insult. It's like this: if you cast your if you got a fishing pole and you cast it in the water and you catch a big fish, it is luck, but also it's the fact that you are casting your fishing pole in the water. So if you're sitting back and you're not fishing, you're never going to catch a big fish. You have to be out there fishing. And not only that, you need to know where the fish are. You need to know what the equipment's all about. You need to fish maybe 10 hours a day rather than 1 hour a day. You need to know what boat you should have. You need to practice fishing. You need to know what bait to use. So I think it's like that. So I was sniffing about in the right direction and I was testing things. Like I bought some crypto, I bought some stocks, I did buy real estate, and I bought Pokemon, and I bought gold and silver, and I was just watching them and Pokemon cards reacted very positively. Not only that, I did watch crypto crash. I watched stock market crash. I guess real estate doesn't really operate like the other two. Real estate's the real conservative one, but yeah, real estate hasn't crashed, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, if you got a lot of lines in the water, your odds of catching a big fish go up. If you practice fishing, you're going to catch a big fish one day. So you got to be out there fishing, first of all. Number one, you got to be out there fishing to get lucky. And then if you practice and study and practice and study, one day you're probably going to catch a big fish. And that's how I describe it because it's not all luck. I don't think it's all luck, but it is some luck. Yeah, you do have to get lucky. Some people bet on Bitcoin and Bitcoin stuck at like 63,000. But we talked about Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin was like 65,000 in November of 2021. And I was, oh, Brandon says, read my comment. Yes, that was me, Mr. Apologize. I was going through some bad times. I've taken your advice. I might and just stay in the stock market. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Do you consider yourself lucky? I'm an idiot for selling my crystal Lugia. You sold a crystal Lugia? Dang, dude. Um, well, and that was part of it because when it was 2023 and 2024, I knew the Pokemon card market was down, but I also felt like, it had potential basically. I said, it's got potential. I said, all it's got to do is earn 15% and then it would be about the same as the stock market. So I said, it's got potential to go up. And, in my mind, there's this theory that somebody with money is slowly taking all the good cards off the market and just stockpiling it somewhere. And I was part of that group. I was thinking the same way. I was going, let's just keep taking the good ones and stockpiling it somewhere. And yeah, it just played out. But again, the big bet on it was that Pokemon could do the same thing that sports cards did. And it was time for them to do that because millennials are getting old enough to actually make money. And then there's other theories like, what gets attention on social media? Well, Pokemon cards get attention on social media. And so it's like I had other concepts like social media dividends was one of my concepts. And yeah, it's I don't know. Again, I don't know when we're at a peak that's going to crash, but I know if it ever does crash really hard, I'm probably just going to buy more. And the problem now is everyone's thinking that way. After the Pokemon rose on its own without Logan Paul helping it too much, that started in 2025 without Logan Paul. Remember, it rose and then he sold his Pikachu and then it went crazy, right? That's what actually happened in 2025. And so I don't next time it really does crash, I'm probably just going to buy some and so will a bunch of other guys who just witnessed how it rose. So there's going to be a lot of people who want to buy it if it crashes. And to be honest, that's probably going to create some stability for a long time, whether you believe it's a bubble or not, which I don't think is a bubble. I think there's just so much money out there in the world. People don't understand how little investment has truly occurred in the Pokemon market compared to how much money is out in the world. Like, yeah, people have invested a lot of money into Bitcoin and all the other cryptos. Relative to all that stuff and the stock market and the real estate market, very little money has actually come into Pokemon cards at this point. So it's always this question, are we early or are we late? in discovering Pokemon cards. We're still early. This is early. People don't probably think it's early, but it's definitely early. This is early. Um, it jumped in 2021. It jumped again in 2026. It's only been 7 years. It's not that long of a time period. Most people probably most investors with real money probably still think Pokemon cards just kind of this speculative kids toy. They don't look at it like it could be the Mona Lisa. I do. I look at this and I say this could be the next Mona Lisa. This could be hanging up in a museum earning money for the museum. This could be earning money on someone's social media account. This could be somebody's you know, card that they trade to a billionaire, maybe a child who's the son of a billionaire, and he says, "I have to have that one, and I could give you 1,000,000 for it because a million's nothing to me." So people don't imagine that, but I imagine that. I go, "Yeah, somebody might actually want this one card so bad, and there's only 40 of them, and he's the son of a billionaire." And so he can say, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, sell off $1 billion a year, or sell off $1 million of your stocks, and just please buy me this Charizard." And dad goes, "All right," because it's not a big deal to him, because it's not that much money. So it's like there's a couple cards that can do that. First edition Charizard, the trophy Pokemons, and then maybe some of these. I don't know. Maybe poker Pokemon, right? I really like the Pokemon poker cards, and I have one of the best Charizard collections for the Pokemon poker cards. And I think I'm still pretty early on those, and they just look really fantastic. Just got 5 solo leveling packs. It's 5:37, so we gotta wrap up. Let me take care of Mr. or Miss Alexis Garcia, P9 Luffy for AOG. You got it for AOG. What name should I put on the back? Alexis? Let's grab that. Luffy. I'd have given you that $3 off. We were talking about that earlier. I don't mind. Oh, I put it in here. Anyways, that's my talk. What do you guys think of that? And we in this time period, Pokemon cards might be actually overpriced. But in the long run, you might be looking at some of the cheapest prices you'll ever see again on some of these Pokemon cards, right? Like, yeah, it crashes maybe at the end of this year. Maybe it crashes next year. Maybe it crashes with Wind and Waves when that comes out. Let's see. It's all possible that it crashes. But in the long run, what's it going to look right? What's it going to look like? Because that's what happened with this guy. He did crash. I wrote down Alexis Garcia. Can you read my message again? You said, um, you said that a bunch. I apologize for my behavior 6 months ago. Oh, I don't even think about it, man. I don't even worry about it. So I was ranting. The thing with Pokemon is the artwork is immortal. Sports cards depreciate. I think sports cards could do really well too. If people love sports, then sports cards will do well. It's a question of what do people love. And there's no doubt that people love video games. So, if they created a Mario TCG, I think Mario would do really well. If they created a good Halo TCG, I think that could do well. So, collectibles are a big deal right now because it gives you something to do with your money once you're done doing all the other things like setting up, your house and your car and whatever else you need, food. Once you're done with those three things, what do you want in life? Well, probably some cool paintings. Oh wait, I mean collectibles. Used to be paintings, now it's collectibles. All right, here's Javier Arroyo. They're not going to say, "Oh, is that a Picasso?" They're going to say, "Oh, is that a Sky Ridge?" Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to say. Is that a poker Charizard that you got? Is that cigarette Charmander? Ooh, you know, gonna sound like that. And there's probably a lot of fear around the market being too high right now, and I get that, and I feel the same thing. But I don't know, still buying. If I buy slabs from you, I'm gonna hold them forever. I'm seriously learned my lesson the hard way. Yeah, the whole patience thing is really tricky. The hardest part, Brandon, is when it's like going down a bunch and you kind of lose faith in the story behind the ideas, the narrative. A lot of it's narrative because, again, it's like, what do you believe humanity is going to do next? And so the Bitcoin guys go out there and they create a story, they create a narrative about what Bitcoin will do. I do have some qualms with Bitcoin. I don't truly believe it's finite. I think it's software. And with software, nothing is really that finite. That's the problem with the software. Like you can claim it's finite and then someone else can go make Ethereum. Oh, well, now you can have Bitcoin and Ethereum. Oh, wait, now somebody's made Solana. Now it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Oh, wait, now somebody's made, you see what I'm saying? All of a sudden you have 14,000 different cryptos, and it's like actually the least scarce thing possible. With Pokemon, at least it's got like this was printed 30 years ago, and they're not reprinting this one, well, you can't reprint it because it's either authentic from 30 years ago or it's not. So that doesn't exist with crypto. With crypto, they could make a new crypto tomorrow, and it's digital. So digital items are just not that rare. It's just how it works. But besides that, there were some other arguments too about crypto. Oh, here we go. So besides the rarity argument, which I vehemently disagree with, like just the fact that you can fractionally sell Bitcoin immediately destroys the rarity concept as well. So there's multiple ways to attack that idea. Some other ideas exist as well. So you can already transact in digital money. Okay, because that's one of the arguments as well. It's digital. Well, yeah, well, so is PayPal. PayPal's digital. I can just send dollars or Canadian dollars or Australian dollars or the yuan or whatever. I can send all those different currencies over the internet right now. It doesn't require, you know, some gigantic server farm to send that money over either. They just make in-house encryption and it works, you know. And so there's that. You don't need digital coins because you got digital dollars. All right, well, then there's the next thing well, what about the government? The government sucks. They print money too much. You're right. But you can take your money and park it into something like houses, gold, commodities. So if you've got a government that's printing too much, convert your dollars into rubles, whatever it is you think they're not printing too much of. But the point is, the idea that Bitcoin's going to be scarce and dollars are going to be overprinted, it's the other way around. Nothing's going to be printed more than crypto. Crypto will be the most printed thing in the world. Everyone's going to make one. And then governments will make them and they'll say you have to use it so we can track you or something like that. It'll be really nasty. The other thing is crypto, it'll give you freedom from the government. No, the government will just regulate it. Uh, Actually, there maybe is a case where crypto allows you to hide some of your activity. So it's good for crime. It's good for criminal gangs. It's good for criminal governments. So it's good for crime. That's a real use case. Okay, so now you have a use case for crypto, and so now I do believe that there should be money put into crypto. The other use case is probably gambling. So in some places, gambling is illegal. You're not allowed to gamble. So what they're going to do in those places is they're going to gamble in the stock market, but especially they're going to gamble on crypto because it looks like it's just you buying a crypto like a smart guy, but it's actually you gambling on crypto. It's like another way to gamble. And so it gets around the no gambling laws in those countries. So that's nice. And then it uses up a ton of energy, by the way. So our world is definitely not free energy all day long. There's a limited amount of energy in the world right now, and it's just gobbling up that energy like super, super bad. It's super bad to the point that you have to assume at some point governments around the world might be concerned that there's too much energy being eaten by it. So that's a risk. Another risk, they argue it's unhackable. You don't have to hack the crypto itself. You can just hack the wallets. Those are much easier to hack. But also, just the fact that we're making quantum computing is probably inevitably going to get hacked. Like it's probably inevitable. Maybe not, but I think quantum computers are a real risk for the crypto argument that is such good digital money. Of course, that means the stock market could be hacked, PayPal could be hacked. But here's the deal with those entities. Number one, if it does get hacked, the government insures that money. So you will get it back through the government. Number two, those entities actually get paid. Instead of decentralized, PayPal is centralized, meaning it's got a big rich corporation working on it. So as quantum computing approaches, they're going to hire a bunch of mathematicians to do their best to block quantum hacking. Will crypto have that centralization? Probably some of them will, and those might survive as well. But any that are truly decentralized will not have that. They will not have that centralized. paid workforce of very smart men who get paid a lot of money because they're so smart and they know it. Crypto's not going to have those guys working for them to protect the crypto. That is one of the that's one of the trickier parts to me. I'm actually concerned about the risk of hacking to cryptos. And there's just the list just kind of goes on. Like there's this whole negative list. So cryptos are actually one of the things I'm a little negative on. Here it is. They don't produce money. Coca-Cola produces money. Coca-Cola they go out and they produce a product, people like to buy it, and this generates an income. Crypto's just speculative like Pokemon. You just hope it goes up, but it can't go up forever because you eventually run out of money. And so what's the secondary benefit of using crypto? Not much. So people just sell when it goes down. They get rid of it so that they can buy it at the bottom again. With Pokemon, it's a little illiquid, but also people just own it to own it. They go, hey, this is cool. I like owning this. They own it because it's an artwork. They own it because it's actually rare. Pokemon, vintage Pokemon, hard to pull Pokemon cards, they're actually rare. Crypto is not rare. It's the opposite of rare. It's software. So that's my take on that whole situation. Is hackable. A solar flare could wipe it out. It would be, here's the thing about quantum computing. When you got quantum computing hacking, what's it going to target first? Probably something like crypto. You could target the government. The government's going to build a big defense against that. It might be the government using quantum computers. You could try to hack a bank, but if a bank gets hacked, it's going to fight back. It's going to hire programmers because it's a centralized organization that makes, money. And it's going to fight back. The thing that might not fight back and might not be protected by the government, it might be crypto. Crypto might be the prime low hanging fruit for a big hack, to steal a bunch of money. There we go. All right, I'm ranting. The majority of US dollars are just numbers in the computer. Yeah, I agree. I think but you can take those dollars today and go buy Pokemon cards with them. And the US government can't print Pokemon cards, although Japan can. I saw a gold bar and a Pokemon card once, not the Burger King. Mister, I might get promoted, so you might see me buying some stuff. Hey, that sounds great, man. I hope you get that promotion. That sounds really good. Ethereum is $15,166 right now. It used to be 4.5. Oh, I see what you're saying. So it crashed. Is that what you're saying? You crashed? But yeah, so I'm a bit negative on crypto. Could it jump back up? I think it could. I think it can go above 120, but it's just too volatile for me. The use cases are more limited than I think they are told to be. And, you know, the number one thing is I don't consider it rare. I consider it to be two things: viable for criminal organizations to do bad things, and number two, a way to gamble. That's probably the number one selling point. It's a way to gamble. So I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's a positive thing. Anyone can gamble now. You try to buy in at the bottom and sell at the top. That's prediction. That's day trading. That's prediction. So for that reason alone, and because it's not tied to the performance of like a business like Coca-Cola. So you can bet on Coca-Cola too. You can gamble on them, but that's tied to a real business. Since Bitcoin's not tied to that, it's more like a meme stock. People are just betting on the feelings of the market. So you're trying to predict everybody. And that's it. Like when a big poopy stock coin comes out, hock to a coin, you're hoping to get rich on it. And so the more I realized that's how it was operating and that it didn't have any kind of like secondary uses, like again, Pokemon cards just look cool. I can take a picture of them on Instagram and get a lot of views. Gold, it can be used industrially. It can be used as like a necklace or something like that. It's got a little bit of a use case beyond just to store value. When you look at that for items that are real, like real estate, Pokemon cards, gold, that makes sense. But Bitcoin's just cold and dry. It's just a number on a sheet. And that's true for pretty much all cryptos, but they're really trying to find out how to make it work. The other thing I know about technology, this is another big one. Technology becomes antiquated pretty fast. I learned that because I was educated for computer science, because you're learning like the history of computer languages and hardware. And so that was another reason why I immediately didn't like crypto, is because whatever you think it's going to be today in 10 years, it's not going to quite look the same, in my opinion. It's going to be constantly changing. There's the latest technology in the new coin. So why did you have all your money in the old coin? So this is one of the problems. It's like if anyone tries to get too stuck on one coin and it's truly decentralized, that coin's going to become outdated technology within no time. And so I think that that's a trouble for it too, because it's really just old technology with a popular brand, right? Like Bitcoin is probably old technology, but it's got a great brand. Everyone knows the name Bitcoin. So what are you really buying? You're just buying an idea. You're not buying a technology as much as you're buying an idea at that point. A more recent currency like maybe Solana has better technology in it. And that'll happen again. Something better than Solana will be made. So again, the crypto argument is very weak for me. There's too many of them. They're not rare. They can be traded fractionally. They're not protected from hacking that as much as you probably think they are. They can be regulated by the government. You can't avoid taxes. Maybe you can do criminal activity, and it's a good way to gamble. But so then is the value of the crypto reflecting the use cases? It might be way overvalued. And I don't think he'll ever be worth zero. I hear guys claim he'll be worth zero. I don't think that's true, but it might be too expensive at 60,000. So I just don't know because there's really nothing to base it off of. Uh, Compare that to Pokemon. I can put this in an actual museum and then charge people tickets to go see it. Huge difference. I get a paycheck every month from just showing these off. We get views on YouTube from our videos, and then that's just a paycheck. And we get that on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X a little bit, and of course YouTube. So you can make money just showing Pokemon cards off. You could be Logan Paul and wear the Charizard necklace. You can't do that with crypto. He didn't wear like the amount of crypto he owns on a necklace, did he? Because that would be not interesting enough. It's like kind of boring almost. So it's just not going to work. It's not interesting enough. It's dry. It's cold. In fact, what do you do with your crypto? Well, you got to spend it, don't you? You got to spend it on what? Pokemon cards. Isn't that interesting? If you had $1 billion of crypto, and so now you're done, you've got plenty of money. What do you want to spend it on? More Bitcoin? Or do you want to buy some Pokemon cards? You're going to spend it on Pokemon. That is one of the most important things to realize with it. All right, Joseph Smith, two other shuffles for Joseph Smith. When somebody has $10 billion of poopy fart coin, what will they actually, because it is money, right? What will they spend their money on? Okay, you did it. You got all the money. What do you want to buy with it? It's going to be Pokemon because you're a young guy. Hey, look at that Card Wars box. Boom. All right. So I believe you can re-roll it if you don't want it. It didn't say no re-roll on it. Here we are. Got it right here. So you can leave this sealed. You can leave this sealed, or you can and have me ship it to you sealed, or you can open it, or you can re-roll it. So all of those are possible. If you re-roll it, it'll be a re-roll for 70. All right. Mark J. Valerian says, give away 1 pack per person in chat for a box of base Scarlet. I'm going to write that down. Damn, Mark. Mark, we'll have to do this tonight. 1 box Scarlet giveaway. So this is for tonight. All right. I actually wanted this. Yeah, actually, it's a great price too. 80 is very cheap. I think I put it in there after somebody sold it back to me. 1 box Scarlet giveaway, 120. So we'll save this for tonight. I was hooting and hollering there, guys. It's probably 6, isn't it? Yeah, it's like 6. Let's see. 1 whole box. He got 1 whole box. That's the thing that gets me with crypto is as it can drop below its original value, and with cash, it's whatever the amount on the bill states. Right. Well, they say use stablecoin, but then stablecoin doesn't really go up in value. So what's the upside? Keep it. If I open it, could I keep all the cards? Yes, you can keep all the cards in the packs if you'd like to open it. But why don't we open it in another stream, okay? So this shall be Mr. Joseph. We're gonna say Joseph. I hear Trump is considering a $200, $50 bill. He wants to be on a dollar bill. What do you guys think? Trump on a dollar bill? 250? So they're thinking of creating a dollar bill just for him and then putting himself on the money. I think it's really funny because I think people will actually go get one of those and collect it. Like they'll grade the $250 bill. All right, so there's that. Okay, Mark J. Valerian with the big giveaway coming out for the Saturday nighttime stream. So you guys will want to be there. Did the Treasury say they made it already? I'm not sure. And then also a Danny Diaz order for Solo Leveling Volume 3 Mapniverse. All right, we did not receive any of that today. What we actually got was Solo Leveling 1. Oops. So let me write you down for 3 Solo Leveling because they might actually show up in the Saturday mail, which reminds me, I got to put the mail out. Sorry, Danny. 32.5. 5. It's a 5. 5 Solo Volume 3. So there we go. All right. Smoke something for me, Mark. Pretty interesting conversation. I intensely enjoy thinking about how everything is. I got fears about real estate too. Like, what if the birth rate declines too much? Well, housing should fall, kind of like it does in Japan. Also, unless we open up the border for lots more immigration, though, right? So if a lot of people come into America, real estate is good. But if we close the border and nobody has babies, real estate prices should fall. What if we build houses too cheaply, too easily? Like robots build the houses. Same problem. Too many houses, price goes down. So how good of an investment is real estate really? It's been a good investment. Will it always be a good investment? Maybe not. Might decline in price over time. Better built homes built by robots that run on AI. And it's just made super cheap now. So that's the housing real estate risk. Gold and silver risk, new technologies, drilling it and finding it more easily, like getting it off the moon or some crap like that. And then the stock market looks good, but it's so expensive. Your returns are not as aggressive as some of the other things you could invest into. Let's see. How do you feel about the foreign property tax that Canada put in place for foreign house buyers? They did that to protect house prices in Canada because people outside of Canada are investing into Canadian homes, and that reduces demand, and it should lower the price for people who actually live in Canada. Now, of course, the better solution is to build more houses. That means more Canadians joining construction crews and actually building the houses. And it also means having the permits and the regulations be cheap and easy. So the Canadian government has to allow for all that. They have to lower regulations so building is cheaper and easier. So if you actually just build a lot of homes, that's a better solution than rejecting foreign investment because you're actually losing out on demand. Uh, you want people to be able to sell their house to a guy across the ocean or wherever he's from, maybe from the US. You want a guy to be able to sell him that home because that brings money into Canada. It's like you're exporting access to a home. And if you're just building tons more homes, no problem. Can you do that? Can you build a lot more homes? You definitely can. That's what Dallas, Texas does. They just build a ton of homes, man. If you ever go there, there's just like homes, like an ocean of homes. So, or you could build like skyscrapers full of condos. All kinds of tricks can be done. So, to me, it's a sign that A, either they won't allow you to build, or B, Canadians don't feel like building homes, one or the other. You have to get men to go out and build because girls don't build them, boys build them. So you have to get all the men together and say, we got to be men and build a bunch of homes. No, daddy, I want to be a YouTuber. Whatever the problem is, I'm not sure what it is, but and then sometimes it's just a time constraint issue. Like there's too much investment too fast, and the homes aren't being built fast enough. It's unreasonable. That's probably not the problem. The problem is probably a lack of builders and a lack, and not a lack, but an excess of home building regulation and permits. That's probably the real problem. Mister, did you buy the SpaceX stock? Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? It's nice to see you. No, I of course am worried that it's like a meme stock right now. Maybe it's going to the moon. Literally, I'm not going to buy any. If I buy any more, I haven't bought any stock in a while because I'm just getting ready to pay taxes, and you need a huge ball of money for taxes. But if I get back to buying stocks again, I'm probably just going to buy the S&P 500 and that's it, and not even think about it. I'll build a home. Brand and slabs are kind of scarce right now. Jobs can't really go away without significantly changing the economy. You might want to add one pack per person on that card just in case. No, I remember that. Mystery, got any PSA 9 EX era stamped reverse hollows? I might have one or two. Let's see. Let's see. They removed a guy because he got caught drinking on the job. You can't drink on the job anymore? What is this country coming to? This is basically fascism. Damn, dude. Nobody has any rights anymore. I'm just messing. All right, guys. I had a wonderful time with you all. It's 6:01. I'm late for bed. I got to hop off. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Saturday night stream. I'll see you later, everybody.